All right. What's going on? Nice. Alrighty. My little intro song, I suppose. Okay. Let's see here. Alright. So does it change the image if... Oh, it's just that dock. Okay. Hello, Bowsette. Okay, so it's just going to be this document. Okay. I now have to figure out which parts to start with, I suppose. I could probably do I'll do the editing stuff at the end. I'm just going to go over the criticisms I've already got. What was the next thing? I should probably mark these. I have a second doc open that you guys can't see, I guess, that I have to check this off. I'm going to mark the text itself as green to say that I've done it. This is also green. This is green. Okay, so I've actually done a fair bit already. This is pretty nice. Should I hop in a voice chat in this TF2 server? I don't know. Okay, how are you doing today, Bowsette? Let's go back to this document. I wish you guys could see what I'm doing. It's wholly irrelevant to the actual counterpoint to be made with sum, which is the sum maps being designed bad doesn't equate to a CFTF game mode issue. Okay, yeah, this is true. I should figure out how to... Is it here that he wants that talked about? No, it's not here. It was a map design thing, so it was probably within the offense versus defense thing, if I recall correctly. It's for players. Okay. Well, I'm at it. Okay, that's the new section that I've written. Offense versus defense. Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I was doing chapter markers first to describe everything being explained here. There's a lot of mess. Okay, yeah, this is still part of the same offense versus defense chapter. Nice something in the background while I play NHL 11 on Dolphin. Very nice. Very nice. Well, I'm glad you can hear me mutter to myself then. I'm glad that helps you out. Okay, this is CTF. I don't even know what to name this chapter. Oh, shoot. I think that I would just have to call this the Richter chapter. Or like Richter being taken out of context. Yeah, I don't know. Might be not really sure. Oh my, I have a Steam message. You call it muttering, I call it words of wisdom. Oh man, you're watching too. Hello. Good to see you, my friend. All right. I do apologize, by the way. I'm just I'm getting pulled around in a bunch of different directions. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are who care, it's 25 days until my wedding from today. So I've been quite stressed out about that, just working as hard as I can at my real job and then doing this as much as I can. And I'm streaming it now just to kind of hold myself accountable because I haven't been doing the best with it. So it's a lot to do right now, but I'm trying to pull through it. And have you written the vows? Well, the vows are the same, really. I'm a Catholic, so getting married in the church, the vows are kind of already written out for us. So thankfully that's already taken care of. It's one less thing for me to worry about. What's this? Oh, there's some damage there. I moved the computer around a bit, but I guess I got bumped. It got bumped or something. What is this chapter supposed to be called? It's something. It's basically just something, and Richter over time out of context. Or hang on, what's the CTF autonomy? No, actually, the main point that I even tackle is just, oh yeah, this is just the Richter chapter. Okay, Richter over time taken out of context. There we go. Let's see. Reality is a capture fact. Okay, yeah. And then I wrote this part out, so that's good. Richter addendum. Good. Okay, cool. This is like a short segment. I guess I could throw in the Richter part, but fun. Richter overtime, but the context didn't look both ways. Also, you probably want to keep it as formal as possible. I am trying to. The chapter names are mostly for my own self, because I'll be editing this once I actually upload the YouTube video to like actually look good in the description. There's still a lot of this script that contains notes that are just for my own mind, and I just happen to know what those are because I guess I'm the one who wrote it. But there's still stuff in here that I have to like take out. Like this thing right here is literally just a note for the recording process. And because there's so much new stuff that I've added into the script as a result of a friend giving fair criticism, I've rewritten so much that I have to re-record all the voice lines. So now the video's gone from 2 hours to about it's looking to be closer to 3 hours now, actually. So actually, what should I call this? Fun and the point of playing games. Well, because this isn't where I actually tackle that issue in full detail. This is just where I mention it the first time, because this becomes a recurring thing with him. Fun. Lucid shows his hand. Something like that. As far as the utter dunce, right? Okay, I have to remember to edit all the Jeremy parts because there's additional context that I missed over the first several run-throughs of the video that I now have to remember. As far as he dies because he's new and doesn't understand how to mesh well with his team to complete the objective. And that's all in spite of having followed the game for a long time. Despite playing a team game, he only sees the game objective of high frequency self-gratification and individualistic pleasure. He's a dopamine addict, and his first experience with this game requires a modicum of work to achieve anything worth having. What does he do? He chooses not to find value in the objective they perform. Okay, this is good. Okay. Oh yes, I remember this part. This is ridiculous. Second, okay, here we go. There's just the big chapter that I think the other guy was talking about. CTF, or not CTF map design. That's redundant. Map design. Map design. There we go. Okay. As Jeremy continues into the series, he runs into the second major problem. Yeah, the map design. Blah 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 blah. My personal pet peeve is Lucid only talks about 2 fort. Yeah, that was something that wasn't mentioned in either of our either my original draft nor the criticisms I received later, and it's something that I was recently thinking about, and you kind of nail it on the head there, Jorge, where it's like Lucid will only see Capture the Flag through the lens of 2 fort because that's the only map that Jeremy, his little fictional character, is playing. Which is weird because then he'll use images and evidences, supposed evidences, from other maps, but other maps tend to vary wildly in terms of like class mechanics and like, I mean, sure, there's some general similarities between all the Capture the Flag maps, as there like kind of tends to be with any game mode and class dynamics, but it's very odd that it basically just boils down to a hate of 2 fort, really. And even then, the hatred is mostly arbitrary because it doesn't quantify the terms. Like, a lot of people will say that 2 fort is very choky, and at the same time has very long stretches of nothing. Like, and their only reference point for the second part really is the sewers. But the when they say too choky, they don't actually quantify what a good amount of choky would be, or how there would be too much or too little chokiness, if there's any such, if they even can concede to the idea that there's too little chokiness at all. Because the interesting thing is that the same people who complain about Sniper, you know, will also not like the maps that are very choky, which is an area where Sniper doesn't function very well in because it doesn't have a very long line of sight to deal with, right? And it all depends on map layout, of course, but Sniper struggles more when the map is constructed in a way where there's more choke points and there's more tight areas that he himself has to move through, and that makes it difficult. So I don't know why people don't want more of that, but they also, like, it almost seems like people just want a completely flat area, but like walls set up in like a checkerboard pattern. I don't really know. But it is weird that people, that Lucid only talks about 2 fort basically, but then generalizes that to all the maps when it's just not comparable. I mean, most of his criticisms about CTF map design in general, I would argue, doesn't even apply to the new map that they added to the casual rotation. Pressure, I think, because Pressure is very, very wide in the vast majority of its areas, except for the underwater section, and even then the underwater caverns aren't the most claustrophobic thing in the world, I would say. People want, do people care about this at all? Okay, I guess nobody received the message. Wow. Okay, I don't know how many people are watching right now, and I can't really check. So, I also have to remember. Okay, well, I'll do that later, because like what I also have to do is I set up for like the second draft of the video itself. I set up editing criticisms, but they were all informally like spoken, like they were just off the cuff. So I'm going over the script right now, just adding in the criticisms I have, and then afterwards, I'm going to go back through the whole thing and add in all of the criticisms I have of his editing, because he has some awful editing mistakes that are just like there are some minor ones that I've been told to leave out because compared to a lot of other ones, they're insignificant. Let's see. I think this part is fun. What was the point about map design? You don't actually need to discuss how CTF maps are laid out. It's wholly irrelevant info to the actual counterpoint to be made, which is that some maps being designed bad doesn't equate to a CTF game mode issue. People think that Dust Bowl is a bad map, but they won't say AD is bad just because Dust Bowl is bad. That's the thing to focus on. You don't even need to waste your breath discussing CTF map design. Okay, this is a bit painful for me because I remember spending a lot of time on the subject of map design. Like, look how long this section... I think this is one of the longer sections I wrote in one breath, basically, where I, like, wrote this entire part in, like, one go, and I'm a little torn that I have to restructure the entire thing. I'm going to... I'm going to cut and paste this down at the bottom of the document so that if I need it later, or if I want to come back to it and try to interlace it with the new sections, then I'll just put it in. I don't know how to rewrite this entire area section though, because the point, because he is right, the guy who criticized my original script. The point is not to focus on the map design. The map design point is actually a red herring. Really, what actually needs to happen is discussing that just because some maps can be argued as poorly designed, that's not the game mode's fault. That's the map fault, and it's not as similarly or as samely as those two topics can come off as. They are not the same, and they shouldn't be conflated as such. It's just going to be difficult to explain that because it's a little late at night and I don't have the best brain for this right now, but it's interesting because this is probably the part that I have to modify the most out of everything I've done so far. I'd say we VC so I can share some more extensive thoughts. That is, if you aren't too laser focused on the script. No, that's fine. Are you talking to other people on Steam too? No, it's just you. Yeah, sure, we can call. That'd be fine. Let me get the audio set up in OBS. Properties. There. But I'll just wait for him to join. I wonder if this would work better if I just use the display capture. No, the display capture wouldn't work as well. It's just whenever you can. Oh, there you are. Hello. Are you there? Hello?
Alright, we got it. I can't, seem to, yeah, I can't read, the stream at the same time. It's annoying.
Oh, okay. I have to rewrite this whole section. Ugh. I'm gonna have to section this. Rewrite section in regards to... This is annoying. Oh, I'm sorry. Regards to rewrite section so that the argument is not... Mobile Chrome Steam? You don't have the app? You don't have the Steam app? Oh. Start talking. Hello? Hello? Oh, there you are. I can kind of hear you. Oh, you're lagging really bad. You're coming out as chirps. Yeah, I can't hear you at all.
Okay, yeah, it was my headphones. So,
Oh,
is it
okay.
coming through clearer now?
Yes, it is much clearer
Okay.
now.
Okay, good.
Yes, it is much clearer now.
Although now I'm
It
hearing,
was the
now I'm
headphones.
hearing
I guess it was
myself
just picking up
through
that
you.
Although now I'm hearing myself through you.
Alright, so basically the only issue I have, well, actually a couple issues, but the main gripe I have is the payload video he did, like the untold story of TF2's payload. I mean, it was much well made, but, well, better at least than the original, but the issue I had is that he only talked about Upward, and there's specific map design that players start off with. However, the difference between that is that many players often start off on Two Fort as their first map, and that's the one they stick to, much like more people stick to Upward. The only difference to that is that Upward's a much better designed map. It's like Dust Bowl. Once you spend a lot of time on, and I saw this in like a Zenith video, he says that once you, what was it? You spend a lot of time in Dust Bowl, and then the rest of TF2 just gets a lot easier to the point where you know how to handle a lot of spam, sightlines, just general 1v1, etc. It has strengths and weaknesses that appeal to each class. The only issue is not only is Two Fort a badly designed map, it's unrealistic to the game's actual objective. I mean, I know you've already said this a lot, but the thing is that Uncle Dane, the video he made on the problems with CTF, it's that it triggers to a bunch of new mindsets that players don't really have time to adapt to. So, I have a friend by the name of Silly's, like Silly's HVH on YouTube, and he's a cheater, obviously. He told me that he had about 200 hours on the game legit. But here's the thing, though, like most of those 200 hours, he said it was like around roughly 140 was spent solely playing Two Fort, which means he has no game sense, he has poor movement, and he has poor muscle memory. It's just something that the map 2 Fort and the game mode in general just does to people's minds. They don't know how to properly adapt. Sure, I mean, it's why they say people who play a lot of 2 Fort, they don't care about getting better at the game. They just want to burn away stuff and have fun. It's like, I'm trying to think of an example that people, like, it's like Candy Crush. You just do it because there's no actual progression, sorry.
It's like scrolling.
And you're not actually like planning.
It's like scrolling.
Exactly, it's like just scrolling mindlessly. I guess that's what like most people want, but they want it in like the form of an FPS, and also because TF2 is free. I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong. You can do whatever you want in the game. It's just that for the people who do want to improve, they don't seem to understand that you need to play other maps. Well, not necessarily other maps. You could play solely Upward and Badwater, because those are actually well designed for what a new player is looking for to get better at the game. See, this is why the game mode of Payload works so incredibly well, because it's fast-paced, it rewards adaptation of your situation, and it rewards your game sense. CTF, on the other hand, now, listen, I'm not saying that all CTF maps are bad. I mean, everyone likes to hate on Pressure, but I think it's really fun. Obviously, I think it's better than Two Fort. But there are some maps like Landfall and even Well, which also has this 5 CP variant of it, that are actually well designed. See, I'm not sure which came. Yes, it was the non-CTF version of Well that came before it. That's why the map itself is so well designed, because it wasn't based off of a CTF experience. But the main issue I have is that Lucid tries to say that CTF is an objective game mode. Like, most people play CTF, but the thing is that they don't seem to understand, like, there have been many videos with, like, lots of, like, negative attention and also very little views that actually try and study the psychology of, why are some players actually not good at TF2? Like, I know, like, there's a bloke in Australia, his name's Grandpa Herberton, he has, like, 12,000 hours on the game, but he only plays Two Fort, like, as Scorch Shot Pyro, and you know he's been doing this for a long time, because he's, like, 75 or 80 years old, like, in real life. But then you have other people, like other people who have, like, I know Verch TF2, who has, like, almost 2,000 hours on the game, and he is way better. Now, he plays Two Fort a lot as well, don't get me wrong, but he makes up a mix of, like, different things. He mostly plays, like, other CTF maps, lots of payload. So it seems to me that there's just something about CTF that like it like pauses your skill level. It doesn't like there's no room for improvement is what I'm trying to say. And that's not really an issue with payload because all of the
Hello? You cut
TF2's
out right there.
lifespan.
You
I mean,
you cut out right there.
payload is a healthy game mode for the TF2's like lifespan for the TF2 community. It's the healthiest game mode, and it's the most base normal game mode. That's why it's the most popular. And many different maps encourage that skillful play. But like, and then there's also map like, hey, they have fucking sorry for swearing. That just slipped out. They have like stalemating maps like Dust Bowl and CTF and there was something. Oh yeah, High Tower and Harvest. But the issue with that is that for some reason those maps just play better. Besides the fact that they're just also deathmatch. So it seems that it's either the way people perceive maps like Two Fort or the game mode of CTF, but it's also the fact that oh, okay, yeah. It's like I can't like see the stream either because yeah, mobile. Anyways, the main point I just wanted to make is like that CTF as a game mode is not necessarily well designed. Oh, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying like I can't hear the stream at the same time. But the main issue I have is that Lucid he overgeneralizes the normality of CTF. CTF like people to the people who want to get better at the game don't mainly play CTF. There's also a lot of cases of several different events that happen on some different maps. Like, there's a group of people that only specifically play Dust Bowl. Now, I'm not saying that playing on one specific map is bad. You do whatever you want. I just mean that it stunts your growth. Like, you're only eating unhealthy foods for the rest of your life and then getting confused. Like, why am I not growing? Why am I not healthy? I blame the food, which obviously you should be doing. But Payload is such an everything game mode. It has fun in every aspect, and it has skillful development in every single aspect, that the issue of playing too much Payload is non-existent. I mean, there's a lot of maps like Upward and Bad Water and hell, even Venus, which is one I've been seeing a lot recently. Payload as a game mode is phenomenal. It is probably the most well-made game mode in all of TF2, but there are some people who just want to enjoy deathmatch. And if they enjoy deathmatch, they have to understand that they can't play it all the time. And yes, a new player's experience is just gravitating towards Two Fort because it's never stopped defending. Well, I have a fantastic solution for you. It's called Payload on defense. I mean, obviously you can't get it every single time, but there are certain other ways you can defend on other game modes without like jeopardizing your skill level on the general consensus of the game. I'm just saying that it's just something about like especially the narrow hallways of Two Fort. It's just the design of which that's not really fun to go against. Like Dust Bowl, on the other hand, it always feels like you're doing something. It always feels like there's something for everyone to do, and that no single person's skill can have too much of an impact over the game. But with CTF, a lot of the times, it just feels like you're not actually accomplishing anything, but you're just being in your own little world. You're essentially a friendly on Dust Bowl, but you're actually contributing on 2-4, if that makes sense. Like, there's always a goal to be working towards, and every single second that you're not capturing that flag, you feel utterly useless. Even if you're carrying your team as like a power class or something, and you're defending the backlines as engineer, and no one's getting to your intel, if you're not capturing the other intel, you feel as though you're getting nowhere. It's treadmill work, just like Valve anti-cheat.
I would strongly disagree on on the premise that sorry, you're I can hear myself through your speakers, so it's a little distracting. Oh. But
Were you talking or something? Because I don't really.
no, I was just,
And what was the point that you were
No,
trying?
I was just.
I can still hear myself. Wah.
I can still hear myself. Wah.
So what was the just in short why you disagree?
Well, I disagree with like a couple of things. Mostly that I think feelings are down to the person. I know that whenever I've played engineer on any CTF map, including 2 Fort, I know that at least playing defensively, I know I'm doing my job, and that's good enough for me because I'm doing what the game is designed for the class to do. I also think that CTF as a game mode encourages a different type of skill that a lot of people in the modern climate do not appreciate as much as once was encouraged, especially considering the legacy of the franchise itself, not just Team Fortress 2. It's noteworthy that a lot of payload maps especially are very open and wide, and it gives a lot of people the ability to operate more independently than even was originally designed. And CTF encourages teamwork in very different degrees, where medics are key to a team push in an area, scouts are primarily going to be the flag capturers most of the time, engineers and snipers are the defensemen, and it's much more cut and dry roles. And a lot of people I have noticed don't like the fact that there's roles in comparison to other game modes like attack defend or even 5 control point and payload, where everyone can function so autonomously that everyone's role gets boiled down to attack defend without any leaning into their class specialty more than just how they happen to function. But CTF insists that no, you function this way, so you're going to play this way because that's how playing as a team works. CTF is really the one that in my personal experience, and I believe somewhat factually, though I can't necessarily prove it right now, that it demands the most team play out of any other game mode in the game, and a lot of people don't like that because they don't feel like they're getting the best out of it. Because what they're used to, especially as you move away from 2 Fort and you grow into other stuff, what I've tended to notice, especially with myself, is that you tend to how do I put it? You tend to play much more by yourself and just so happening to benefit the team, whereas like I've played medic on 2 Fort and I actively contribute towards the goal of whatever's happening, or I'm playing even when I'm playing sniper or something, I know that I'm at least keeping people at bay from the fortress. And a lot of people just see that as individualistic play, and in my head I suppose I try to play in the best spirit that I can, but I know that very few people see it that way, and it's not helped by the weapon design being reoriented much more towards an individualistic style of play, and the map design, and the fact that casual limits CTF maps down to like one round. It kind of forces everyone to play very
Like my phone is actually about to die, which is highly unfortunate. But like real quick, the main issue. This is not an issue. It's just like an opinion. I mean, we're allowed to disagree with each other's opinions, which is sad that it's not normalized in that general sense anymore in the community. I'm just saying that from personal experience, it's like banging your head against a concrete wall when you can't get the flag. But of course, that's frustration that like can't be solved by anything necessarily. You always know you always know how to push the payload, at least inch a little bit forward, coordinate with your team. But when it comes to CTF, that feeling is just, it doesn't really hit the same, at least not necessarily for me. And there's nothing wrong with deathmatch. It's just that, I can't stress this enough. If you want to get better at the game, you need to play a mix of other maps that don't just encourage the same. Because payload encourages the healthiest play style, and it improves your muscle memory and your game sense. CTF does this a little bit, but it pales in comparison. and it just gets repetitive to the point where it's damaging your brain as a learning player. I just wanted to share my thoughts because I don't have like much experience when it comes to VR. And now someone else is ringing me. Are you kidding me? Anyways, I got my point across. Like, I guess I'll see you later. But thanks for like having me by.
Of course, thank you. Oh, did you go on mute or something? I can't tell if he went on mute because now I can't hear myself through his headphones, but he's still in the call with me. But yeah, no, just to clarify, I suppose, for the stream, since I don't know if he's actually there or not anymore, maybe his phone died right now, and it's just taking time to exit him out of Steam. But I do agree with of course, everyone should play a mix of all the game modes. And I don't know if Payload's the best medium through which people can learn to get better at the game, but I will say it does provide the most variety of situations. By nature of having an object to continuously move forward as opposed to standing on discs, like in control points. So, in that regard, I would say yes, that is Payload is probably the place where you're going to find the most variety of situations to hone your skills in particular areas. Okay, yeah, he left. Okay, I guess his phone died or something. But yeah, no, I agree about the Payload point that it's definitely the most varied medium, I would say. I don't know if it's the best. I've always struggled in Payload most, so I suppose that's credence to the idea that it can provide the most opportunities in which to improve. And I suppose that was his point in the end, which is acceptable. I agree with that. I do agree with that. I believe that Capture the Flag isn't as limiting in skill sets to learn as a lot of people make it out to be. I've personally grown more from playing Capture the Flag, especially with people that want to play the game as well. Like, I just had a Steam friend who I made recently, and he and I, whenever we play together, all we play is pretty much Turbine, and whenever we get put on the same team, we just play together as a team, and in so doing, we inspire the rest of the team actually to congeal, and we wind up winning pretty much all the games because we actually play as a team as opposed to everyone else who's kind of just playing for themselves. So I would say that CTF, all the game modes, of course, are opportunities for team play to grow and for teamwork to be a honed skill, because that is a skill, especially with randoms, especially with that many randoms in a game. But I would say that that Capture the Flag is the environment where you are most likely to find the opportunities for teamwork in particular. Perhaps other areas, other self-improvement areas, you'll find in other game modes, yes. I actually can see that Payload's probably the best place to find self-improvement scenarios. But in as far as team play, I would, without a shadow of a doubt, say that Capture the Flag is the best place to find that. The problem is actually finding people who want to play as a team in a game named Team Fortress 2. And that's always the tricky part. I'm extremely lucky to have the Steam friend that I have, because they're one in a million, dude. They're one in a million. It's weird. And I think it's that sentiment that a lot of people miss when talking about Capture the Flag. And I think it's the point that Lucid, if he even addresses it all, undermines severely, to the point where I genuinely cannot respect his position on anything he says that's supported by that, because the premise, that fundamental, is so flawed that it's so flawed that it communicates a misunderstanding of the game itself to such a degree that he comes off as a what do people call it? What do the kids call it nowadays? Tourist. Yeah, he comes off as a tourist, and because he doesn't understand what I think a lot of people actually. I really think a lot of people don't understand Capture the Flag, its actual legacy, right? Because Lucid didn't explain the history of Capture the Flag in his video like he said he would. He didn't actually cover the history of it at all. He lied about that, first of all. But what I should say is that Capture the Flag is this it was the first game mode for Quake Team Fortress, right? Because everything was originally like team deathmatch and stuff, or just standard deathmatch. But Capture the Flag was created, for it being the first map, as a tribute to a Doom map that was played on LAN parties a lot. And it was a solid starting point for developing class-based functions, because Capture the Flag is a game mode that allows the most leniency of function, I would argue, and I don't quite know how to explain that other than that engineers can go to the intel room or the flag room and have time to set up, and snipers can mount positions, and it's not this environment like Payload where it's like once those gates roll up, it's like drop and go, and like only the defense has time to set up necessarily. Like each class can take their time to get in the swing of things with a game like Capture the Flag, and at least that's my experience. I don't know if I can say that objectively, but that's been my experience, and I would posit that as truth. Although I'm more than happy to be discussed with or disagreed about in regards to that. I think too that what was I gonna say? Sorry, I'm just thinking right now because there's so much to talk about in regards to all this. CTF is the game mode that encourages the most teamwork, and it's apparent by the very fact that it can be difficult to push in on your own, regardless of the class you're playing. If you're going in operating as a one-man show, you are going to set yourself up for disappointment. Unless you're trolling, and unless you're being a friendly, in which case you're not even playing the game, so I'm not even going to count that as part of the discussion. It's completely irrelevant. But if you're playing... I should get a Capture the Flag background. I should get a background for Capture the Flag up on my thumbnail or something. Oh my gosh, it's a WebP. Freaking hate WebPs, man. Sorry, I'm just gonna fix this thumbnail thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna edit this. And then I'm gonna switch this image out for the image I just grabbed, which is this one. There we go. Just won a match 8-5. Nice. Good job. Um, if you're going in to capture the flag with the intent to play by yourself and not expect help or not ask for help from anyone, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. You are setting yourself up to fail, basically. And in which case you shouldn't be getting mad because you asked for it. But a lot of people don't think like that because they're very stuck in their own heads of, it's my way to play and I'm having fun and no one can tell me what to do or how to have fun. And I'm not telling you how to have fun. I'm just telling you that capture the flag works best if you play as a team. Like, I made a random friend on Steam from playing Turbine so much, and when we play together as a team, even if it's just the two of us on the same team and everyone else is goofing around on our team, just the two of us, we have a chance against the entire opposing team who cannot get it together and act as a team themselves, where they play only for themselves. Even if the enemy team is trying, they're not trying in a coordinated effort like me and my friend are. And in so doing, that gives us an edge. And we wind up winning 90% of the games we've played. And it's telling because it's noteworthy because this is an element that Lucid straight up ignores in his own video. Like, and I don't mean ignores as in goes out of his way to mention and then ignore. Like, he doesn't even bring it up as a possibility. And that is absurd, considering that when I got into Team Fortress 2, I have a Steam friend from when I first started playing this game. And he and I would play 2 for it almost exclusively. And we would both really play to win. There was a lot of dueling back and forth for the kick of it, but like we still played to win for the most part. Even if it was on 24/7 servers, we still went for each other's intel. And because that's just what was expected, right? Because that's how the game is played. You capture the flag. That's playing the game. You make your best effort to capture the flag. And if you're not doing that, you're not actually playing the game. I'm not saying that you're playing the game wrong. I'm saying that you're just not playing it, right? And that's something that a lot of people can't stomach with their own egos because they get so enveloped into their own idea of what it should be instead of accepting what it simply is and playing the rules of the game. It's the kind of people who will play dodgeball and then say it's unfair that somebody threw the ball so fast and they got hit when it's literally just a skill issue, and also you were in a compromised position. You didn't even try to catch the ball. You left yourself completely open. It's just and I'm ranting about this now because I don't have I haven't had an outlet to really talk about this for a while, and writing this script has helped me deliver these thoughts more. I see this sort of dishonesty with YouTubers a lot, and it's increasingly frustrating when I'm the guy that tries to be very honest with his content and tries to tell people the truth and tries to make it clear that like things are the way they are, and like I try to find the objective merit and value in certain experiences because that's just how I've grown up. Like I play games by the rules, bend them if I need to, but I play games to win, to achieve whatever objective is being, set before me, and then I just I just do my best. And a lot of people in TF2 don't do that because TF2 hasn't incentivized team play since Meet Your Match. And Meet Your Match screwed the game over so bad that nobody actually wanted to do that. And even before then, team play hadn't been encouraged for a long time, probably since before arena mode was introduced into the game. Which is a shame because the franchise was built upon people getting together at LAN parties to play Capture the Flag together as a team. Like, when you look at footage of Team Fortress Classic, the most glorified footage that you will find on the internet are the competitive videos. The videos where people are playing as a team. And you don't get that with TF2 because TF2's competitive thing is very, very, very different from the base game. Unlike Team Fortress Classic, where it is the base game, it's just a class selection difference, right? Because that's what's just most effective a lot of the time, right? And there's more players per team, which is awesome. There's no room in a game like TFC to subvert the nature of the game to suit people's wishes. You just play the game as it is. And you do that because if you're not doing that, why are you even playing? And TF2 enables people to ignore that fundamental principle and go completely bonkers with whatever they want to do because it's their thing, you know? I'm grateful that at least some people disagree with me respectfully, because I guarantee you when I upload this video, I am going to receive a monumental amount of hate from Lucid's fan base, because there's crossover with Zesty Jesus' fan base and Lister's fan base and Richter and Weezer and I guess Junko Kitty. I don't even know who he is. And there's a lot of crossover. I mean, and I know it wasn't the most popular video Lucid ever uploaded. It actually performed quite poorly compared to other videos, but it's the one that stung most to me. And like Jorge said earlier, he's done the method again where he just talks about one map and generalizes to the entire game mode. Sorry, I wasn't even reading chat. Was San Jose Sharks because their jerseys look the most like Belfast Giants, and was against Philadelphia Flyers CPU players. Sorry, I know it's completely unrelated to TF2, lol. I'm just here, I guess. That's cool, though. It's kind of funny that you're playing the Sharks, because I'm a Kings fan, and the Kings and Sharks have a bit of a notorious rivalry. So, I find that quite amusing. I don't know what to do about this, man. There's so much. Every time I jump into script writing, I just keep finding more and more and more, and it's a lot. This has probably been what's contributed most to my stress outside of preparations for my wedding, because I want to get this video as right as possible and then get it out and be done, because I've worked on this for far longer than it deserves. And then I have 2 more videos to make. One of them is going along quite nicely, the other one not so much. And then I want to be done making formal TF2 essays and just go back to doing gameplay the way I used to do it with pre-Fortress 2, because I've been asked by several people to do that, and I want to go back to doing that. I really do. But I owe it to people who I promised these projects to, and this Lucid project is the most important one to me right now. I could talk about this sort of thing for hours and hours and hours. How so many people misunderstand what the game is, what they think it should be, you know, all that good stuff. All the stuff that hurts. hurts to talk about, to be honest, because it's just so... Man. It's just a lot. It's really just a lot. I think I am most worried about the backlash, though, if I even get backlash, because the like, for all I know, this video could just perform super duper poorly and then, you know, fall off the edge of the earth, never be seen. Lucid may not even see it, but he'll see the notification for it because I'll tag him in it, and I'm just sitting here like worried about what it's gonna look like and stuff, you know. Just realized my favorite dark chocolate from the shop near me is supposed to be cooking chocolate, and now I can't look at it the same way. Ah. What's the difference between cooking chocolate and normal chocolate? I'm just looking it up right now. Cooking chocolate is formulated for baking with a higher percentage of cocoa solids and less sugar. Oh, so it's just more chocolate and less processed sugars, which is healthier for you, because that's generally healthier for human beings anyway, is to have less of the sugar and more of the actual stuff that does actually provide health benefits. Particularly for women, apparently, because women apparently benefit from the properties of rich chocolate more than men, which I'm always jealous by because I love chocolate. I guess that explains why you like it so much, because it's more regular chocolate and less sugar. It's probably better for you, I would imagine. So, I don't know. Maybe that's too autistic, but that's what it sounds like to me. Blah, blah. I never stream at the appropriate times. I always stream when everyone's in bed. Or maybe not for Bowsette here, because she's always watching me. Oh, never mind. I gotta go to bed. It's like 5 in the morning. See ya. Alright, well, thanks for stopping by. And thanks for listening while you played a game. I really appreciate the viewership. Alright, well, I guess I'm all by my lonesome. I don't know what to do at this point, because there's so much to like just shuffle through at this point. It's a lot of fine touches, like the editing criticisms and stuff. I guess I'm not as worried as I think I am that the video will do poorly. I just hope that it sparks a polite conversation with the guy, I suppose. Maybe he'll actually concede, or he gets mad. I don't know. Might be funnier if he gets mad, to be honest. Is there anyone in here? No. Yeah. Get pretty worried about this sort of thing. This is becoming my venting area. Ugh. Too for it. I didn't even do that much writing, but I think I have to call it here. I do better when I'm actually at work and I'm working on the script at work, because I can, like, I'm in a work brain. I'm not in a work brain right now. I'm in a tired brain. I'm in a bedtime brain. I guess I can just, like, post this or something. I'm tired already. It's early to be tired, but I'm tired. Painless cupcake. Oh, hi Pikachu Frankie. I was just wondering whether or not I should lock it down. I'm in the voice chat in the Bring Back Quick Play server if you wanted to like say hi or something, because I'm just I don't know where to go from here. There's a lot to write down, to be honest. There's a lot to write down. And I'm like, I just had a conversation with a friend of mine about this whole thing. So I'm just sort of letting my brain fizzle right now as I think about things in the background. Number 2, 50 XP. Don't let scope creep consume you. I don't know what scope creep is. What's scope creep? The uncontrolled growth of a project's requirements or features after the project has started, leading to delays, budget overruns, and potential failure. Oh, dude, this happens all the time with me. I think that's probably my downfall as a creative person, is that I get stuck in that loop all the time, especially with music. I get so like enveloped in the process of writing music that I add so many things together, and then I don't finish anything ever. I haven't started anything in a long time. That's probably what contributes most to my lack of mental health, because music is probably the best thing I can do for my own brain. Excuse me. Yeah, but if you wanted to join the call, or if you're able to at all, I'd appreciate that, because I'm just chilling right now. What's the end goal? What is the end goal of the VOD? Just to have gotten something done, and I also just wanted to interact with whoever would show up. I guess I was a little bored, but I wanted to just stream and talk with people, and I got to talk with someone who called me over Steam. But I don't know, I just want to talk. Just want to talk about this. I want to finish the script. I'm also holding myself accountable by actually writing over the... the CTF video. The end goal of the video is to... There's a few goals. One, as spitefully as this sounds, and I promise I don't mean it this way, I want to prove that a lot of TF2 YouTubers who have built up a significant amount of trust with their fan base are not as honest as people believe they are, and I believe that they should be called out on it, as someone who very much favors honesty above all else. I want things to be discussed properly, and I don't want lies or vague misinformation being spread about a subject, especially about a game that, for as much misery and pain as it has caused me, I still love very much. On the other hand, I want to prove something to myself, because I haven't uploaded a big video or any creative project in a really long time. I haven't written music properly in probably over a year now, and I haven't released a really good TF2 video, or any video for that matter, in a long time. And I want to prove to myself that I've still got it in me, because I keep falling into this loop of despair where I don't think I'm actually good enough to do it. Like, I don't think I have it in me anymore to make videos, and I know it's not true because I know it's there, and I'm just actively fighting that urge every time I write my script. I do have a lot to say, yeah, and actually, because of your criticisms, I found even more to say, and I've been writing it down as I go along. Most of my writing is done at work, because I'm in that work-zoned brain. Right now, I guess I'm just tired because it's approaching my bedtime soon, and I have to be up at, 4:30 in the morning to get to work, and it's 9:11 p.m. right now, so I should probably be in bed by 10, so I'll have to cut the stream. Well, maybe I don't have to cut the stream so soon. It just depends on, how much I can get done, how much I've gotten done. I was kind of writing down chapters in my in the script itself so that it's easier for me to read. From personal experience making a video, I kept finding more and more stuff to say. Yeah. And I never tend to shy away from that because it's very helpful for me to find more stuff to say, because then it helps to get all the context. And yeah, I know I have to draw the line somewhere, but it's yeah, I know I could go on this topic for so long. Like, you could ask me like one question every half hour and I'd have words to fill each half hour. But I think the script is getting to the point where I definitely know where the line is now, and I know what works. Like, and that's mostly thanks to your criticisms, by the way, to be honest, because I never have anyone really to go through my scripts and critique its content as thoroughly as you did. So I really appreciate that. And it also helps to have a voice of reason to be like, hey, you're straying a bit from the point here, get back here, or something like that, So yeah, I guess the point of the video is to prove that YouTubers aren't the all-knowing beings that a lot of people, especially in the fan base, not the player base, like to think that they are. Like they're not the be-all end-all of information, especially when they contradict each other and take each other out of context. Secondly, I'm proving to myself that I've still got it in me to make something this big. Like, outside of the sniper video I'm still making and the 100 Days of Medic that I'm doing as a tribute to El Maxo, this is going to be like one of my biggest creative accomplishments, because I'll have proved to myself, like, yeah, I can make a 3-hour essay, a well-formulated critique of bad arguments, and I can be satisfied with myself knowing that I did the very best I could. And I guess the third thing is just genuine curiosity. I want to see how it does. I want to see what kind of reaction it can garner, because the CTF video itself isn't really a very popular video as far as Lucid's channel is concerned, but it is noteworthy because it reflects a lot of things that people say online on places like Reddit or Twitter and stuff. So I just want to see what kind of reaction I can get. Maybe I go viral. Maybe people start talking about me and they're like, what the heck? This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Rah, rah, rah. Where's this mercenary badge? And they'll find that I accidentally turned it into scrap metal because I was an idiot and I didn't think it meant anything when I first started. I think people caught on that the video was manipulative, honestly. Only the people we know. I've been in Lucid's server and a lot of people do not believe that. And if you go to the comments of his video, Lucid's video, they're still pretty much all positive, and the like to dislike ratio is still very much positive. So to be quite honest, I don't know. The low view count probably is an indicator of that. Yeah. I don't know. I personally thought that the low view count was because it doesn't fit inside of YouTube's preferred time range. Like, it bleeds over half an hour, and YouTube doesn't like promoting videos that are like that unless they become longer than 45 minutes to an hour, if I remember right. Like, he's in an awkward range where it's like a lot of people don't view videos in that particular length because it tricks them into thinking that it's too long. TLDR, people value conciseness. Yeah. As although I can only be so concise when there's so much to break down in his arguments. Like, I think at this point the script is going to be like, it'll turn into a 3-hour long video just from the narration alone. And that's not even including like a couple memes I'm throwing in and perhaps clips from other stuff. closed circuit there, of course, people who are in his Discord or subscribe to his channel are likely going to suck it up. Outsiders I have seen stray away from it. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Then maybe will get some positive reception then. I know that my my bot hoster acquaintance, friend, whatever. I know the bot hoster that I know, he didn't like the video, but he didn't like it for different reasons. He saw a lot of similarities to Lucid's payload video, and he found a lot of the same general problems in Lucid's payload video, which apparently Lucid was like extremely proud of. And that the main generality, which actually we talked about earlier in the stream because he came on for a brief time, was that Lucid will only talk about one map and then completely generalize the entirety of the game mode's worth to that one map, but say that it's the whole game mode, even though he's talking about just the one map. And it doesn't work if you apply it to something like Gold Rush. I thought his CTF video was cringe when I was watching it, honestly. Same with Payload. I hope that's not because I said something about it and like you believed that purely of your own accord. Because I would hate to be the kind of guy that's like telling people how to feel about something. I just like telling people how it is, but I don't want to be the kind of guy that's like, you know, well, look, I found like hate on it because I told you to, and then you're like, oh, okay. Like I don't want to be that kind of guy, you know. I've seen other YouTubers do that across basically my entire time being on this platform, and it's not fun. The fact it was manipulative was just added reasoning for me to not like it. Yeah, I don't know if you can get in VC right now, but if you wanted to explain how it was manipulative, at least from your personal perspective, I would love to hear it. And I don't know if it's like too much detail for chat, but I can read it, of course, but I don't know if it'd be easier for you to join VC. My face scrunched up with cringe when I heard sad music play when Jeremy died. It's so cringe inducing. Yeah, no, it's it's so silly. It's especially considering when like I don't know, it was very unrelatable for me from a personal perspective, because I remember when I died, like the first time I played an actual server in the game and not like the offline bot practice, the guy who killed me basically called me like a ton of bad words, like "aha, get owned, noob" and stuff like that. I thought it was really funny because it was so trollish, and he took itself so seriously that it wrapped around to being completely unserious, and I thought that was really funny. It genuinely isn't that deep, yet he treats it like a family member was murdered. Total melodrama. Especially when considering too that like a lot of his a lot of the times Jeremy dies, he just winds up like the times that Jeremy dies, he's in situations where he was basically asking for it, or like he could still do something about it. Like that scene where the soldier gets him on the stairs. I still think, actually, you know what? Let's test it, because I don't think that blast damage radius is correct for the simulation. Let's see. I'm gonna remove image. Game capture still TF2. The soldier killing him makes no sense. Yeah, especially when the flag was just down and like nobody had actually gone to pick it up, right? And like or defend it for that matter. And he could have gone back. You know, he could have just gone back and like grabbed it. It's like he didn't need to make a whole big fuss about, oh, I died. What was the point? What was the point of it all? And like, dude, it's down for a whole like 60 seconds. Go down there and pick it up. Like if you spawn in the alternate spawn, you're literally like right next to it basically. It's scripted beyond belief. No, it totally is. Especially, actually, it breaks its own script, because if you look in the video, there's a point where, actually, I discussed it in the editing rough draft that you eventually watched, right? Where, so you probably remember, where he he then replays the scene, but then Jeremy's attacking the soldier and the soldier's backing away, and like that didn't happen at all in the original scenario. And it's like his footage does that, where his own footage either disproves his point or it just contradicts itself on a logistical basis, to the point where I don't think Lucid was using his brain when he was writing this video. And that's no disrespect to Lucid, but there's so many like problems with just the pacing and the editing, and it genuinely looks like a first draft video. Like, it looks like something that I would have made back when I made his false definition of objectivity series that I made, where like that video series was really rough. And like, for as much as I still believe the vague point I was trying to make, there were so many better ways I could have phrased it, and I literally just rushed that entire 3-part series out on a first draft. I hate those videos now so much. And like, that's just the nature of having learned how bad they were. But like, it doesn't look like Lucid thought about what he was doing. Yeah, revisionist history of his own story in the same video. It's so dumb. Let's go to map CTF to fort. And because my computer is dumb, it's just gonna crunch the it's just gonna lag out as it loads in, so hopefully the stream isn't gonna die. I think I tested this a while back, but I'm gonna have to test this again. Oh. There are so many errors, dude. Alright, there we go. Is the audio working for TF2 right now? Okay, yeah, the audio's working. Okay, so let's go back to stock, because I'm pretty sure he was using stock rocket launcher in the actual example. Oh, I missed my little jump there. So I'm going to Alt-Tab out for a second, and I'm going to pull up the video itself. The untold story of TF2's capture. Actually, you know what? I have the video downloaded on my computer's hard drive, so I can just look there for the video, right? Yeah, here we go. I'm going to go back here, remove this, take this away. I'm going to open up my display capture. Uh-oh, now you can see all my bookmarks. There we go. So is that going to do anything? Can you see VLC? Actually, you know what? It'd probably be just easier if I use window capture VLC media player. Oh, wait, you can't see the video. How do I make it see the video? That's odd. Can't find the I can see VLC now. Yeah, but the VLC window's black. This is weird. I forgot how I actually solved this the last time I did this, because I remember doing this. Oh, right. I just used display capture. Duh. There we go. For some reason, window capture doesn't like VLC, but display capture will. What point was it in the video? Was it here? Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's right here. So I have to... This is such nonsense. His editing is so ADHD, dude. The rocket isn't showing up on the demo file. Is it E for next frame? Okay. So, first of all, the red soldier's just gone all of a sudden. And there's a blue soldier in its place, or a blue scout in its place. So he dies. Where's the explosion frame? Okay, so... Sorry. It should be... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna say it. I don't think the rocket would have made it to Jeremy in time. Like, okay, so the explosion point is here on the stairs. This is gonna be pretty important. What did you say? Oh, hello. Who's in the?
Hello.
Oh, hi,
hello.
Alex. I'm talking with
Hello.
Pikachu Frankie right now in the in my stream chat. We're discussing something very important. Let's see.
What's the topic?
Oh, we're talking about Lucid's video. We're testing something that I actually mechanically don't think is possible to happen in the game.
I haven't even seen this video.
Oh. Not this one. Let's see. I'll be in the call in a moment. Okay, cool. I like the piss yellow filter he applied because it makes it look like the scout corpse is floating in pee under the bridge. Yeah, no, it looks horrible. Lamau Lucid kill binded. Yeah, he kill binds. There's no way the explosion hits him. Yeah, no. Okay. I'm gonna try to share my screen with you.
I'm here.
Oh shoot, you're here. Okay, great.
Here.
Oh my god, it's here.
Okay,
I didn't want to join when I was using the bathroom because that'd be awful.
I'm gonna take a screenshot
crazy.
here. I'm gonna take a snapshot of the video.
Shit call.
Let's see.
Live stream. That was so taking a live stream
on a live stream.
The inception is massive right now.
Fun.
There we go. So I just sent the image in the stream chat. In the chat. Sorry, not the stream chat. The chat for this
He just
What the fuck is that ragdoll?
He had to have kill binded because the explosion isn't even showing before you. It's
Right,
not even
yeah,
showing
and that's
yet,
what I'm
but
gonna.
He's already hit the.
So I'm gonna share Team Fortress 2 with you guys right now on my screen. I don't know if you guys could like see it or if it's gonna run very well, but is it running on stream? Okay, so I'm gonna go back to my game capture. Okay, I'm back in it. Okay, so I'm gonna run all the way over there and I'm gonna like figure out how in the world it hit there. Nice, I made it to do that. Let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna jump down here. I don't think so when the soldier fires the rocket from right here, Scout is already right here in the midst of a double jump. I don't think the rocket can make it there in time, like from the stock rocket launcher or the original that is used. Yeah, there's no way that. Hang on, let me clock that. That's almost 2 seconds. That's 2 seconds. I guarantee you Scout can get up there faster than that. But even assuming that it did, like, Scout's right here. He's by the fire extinguisher. And the rocket... What's the image again? I need to see the image again. The explosion is right about here. Right there. Right? So, how do I fire it? I'm going to fire it right here. Like, so I'm going to, like, back up against the wall. Oh, yeah, no. There's no way. Even if it's at the top of the stair, even if it's right here, the random crit didn't even kill me. It's like... Even if I move in a little closer, it's still not... No, there's no way. There's no way this would kill at all. He didn't even make it look like it was an actual rocket, dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like he didn't even try, dude. He didn't even actually. Here, I'm gonna switch to Scout just to see if I can actually make it up there that quick. To the most unrealistic situation, in which, by the way, if you remember, Pikachu Frankie, the soldier is on screen when he fires the rocket from right here, but then when he has the camera angle right here, there's a blue Scout down here, and the soldier is gone. So the rocket is not there too. So the explosion just occurs on its own. That's right. That's right. Because defense is easier than offense, right? Yeah. So we established, right, that it takes 2 seconds for the rocket to travel from here to here, right? About 2 seconds from this point. I just tested it, so. He was right here in the midst of a double jump. But let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Soldier fires the rocket in 1, 2. Yeah, no, I'm already right here by the time the rocket gets there. There's no way. On the high end, it's like 2.5 seconds, in which case I'm already up here on the landing. But even on the low end, if you say like maybe 1.5 seconds, I'm already here, which we already established the rocket can't hit me because of this object and the wall. So like, this is impossible. This whole situation is impossible. I know. And then he plays that sad music. I know he never gets there. He never actually captures the flag in the entire video. He never realizes the reward. And like, there's nothing. Oh my gosh, I was actually talking about this like by myself earlier on stream. Like, I've been playing CTF recently with a friend that I made where we just play Turbine, and like we made a friendship by just playing as a team together, and just the two of us take over the entire enemy team because they're all playing by themselves uncoordinated. And it's like, Jeremy doesn't get that experience. Jeremy doesn't get the experience where, like, a person who actually plays the game teaches him how to actually play the game through the medium of 2 Fort, and then learns the rest of the game as a result. He doesn't get the positive side of it. He just gets the, oh no. Yes! Oh my gosh, yes! And he somehow kills that soldier. Dude, okay, Alex, I don't know if you watched the video. This is the funniest shit, okay? Oh shoot, sorry, I shouldn't swear. Okay. So, Jeremy... Well, I shouldn't for the stream in case a family member watches it, but whatever, I'm sure they're... So... Yeah, sorry. So Jeremy is right here, right? Jeremy's right here. He's running down this area to get to middle, right? This little area right here. There's a heavy here, a friend of his, right? Who gotten himself in a skirmish with a soldier and a medic that came through here, right? There's a blue spy that comes around and fails a backstab on the medic in the background, but then the medic like chases him off screen and we don't ever see that either of them. Like, we don't even see evidence that one of them died right here, which is annoying, but that's not the problem. The problem is that the medic was healing the soldier, right? And the soldier's firing at the heavy. Okay. The heavy's standing right here. So the soldier's over here. He then fires the rocket launcher to kill him, right? But as he does so, the shot, the actual cinematic shot switches to an angle from right here, in which the rocket that kills the heavy comes from this side of the map, even though there was not a soldier shown in any of the B-roll beforehand, and then he just dies, and then Jeremy comes out of here, somehow saw this. I don't even know how he saw it because it happened faster than you can actually run down this corridor. He's running down this corridor. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 4 seconds. This whole thing happens in about 3 seconds. And like, even assuming that Jeremy saw it and could have done something about it, the soldier still has overheal, logically speaking, but then Jeremy comes up and beats him to death with a bat, not even a random crit, he just beats him to death with the bat, and the soldier doesn't even engage in the ragdoll animation for the bat, like death, he just ragdolls and dies. And then get this, Lucid plays some sappy music about, like, it was so good to stand alongside his heavy friend and help him out. And I'm like, his minigun is literally on the ground right here. His corpse is everywhere. He's dead. You didn't help him at all. By the time you got there, he was already in pieces. You blithering idiot. It's like, how do you... I can't... No, he didn't. I can't... Yeah. And it like he paints it as like a strengthening of their friendship that happens over like the 3 hours he plays. Okay, that's another thing. He plays this map for 3 hours, and we have to assume that the rounds didn't change in the entire 3 hours. Like, I know people make jokes, but I've never been in a 2 fort round that lasts longer than like 1 hour. Like maybe an hour and a half. Exactly. He could have capped in those 3 hours. The chances of him capping are so high. Like, the odds of him not capping at that point are just like, exactly. Right, because we need Jeremy to hate 2 fort and capture the flag as a whole, even though he's just playing 2 fort. And not double cross, not landfall, not applejack, not even like well, he didn't even play well, which is like a freaking amazing map. Like, I can't even. Yes. I know, actually, I didn't watch the payload video, but the bot hoster friend of mine who talked to me earlier, he said that he actually used Upward as his example. I know. Upward isn't it's the standard now, but like, jeez. Yeah. Which was Gold Rush and Hoodoo, right? Like, he could have used Hoodoo. I'm actually being told right now, because the bot hoster that I interviewed, he's watching the stream, but he can't chat, so he's texting me through Steam, and he says that in the cheats that people use, there's an actual function that displays the blast radius of a rocket. So like, he's gonna test it and see if the blast radius actually manages to reach in like any situation. Right, and because Lucid didn't show Jeremy actually being contested up until that point, like, we can assume he has at least 100 health. So let's go down into the sewers and just see. I know, it's in his sewers. The soldier didn't go to defend it, and like, it's just sitting there for a good 60 seconds. Okay, so let's say it hits the wall. No, not a chance, because by the time Lucid's here, or Jeremy's here, it takes me... I know it can't hit, yeah, I can't hit the floor. Like, okay, from this distance... Yeah. The closest, literally the closest it could get is either the wall or the very tip top of the staircase, which, like, if we're standing at the fire extinguisher, again... The random crit won't even kill me. Like, no. And like, assuming someone did go for the intel, then it could have been like, oh wait, crits, you get crits when the flag is capped at all? Oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then he doesn't even get that. I know. The random crit won't kill you because it's your own rocket. Well, no, I know that, but like, the blast radius should still affect me, right? Well, oh, the crit damage doesn't apply, but the... Yeah. Oh, I almost got up there. Not a chance. Dude, that has to be the most unrealistic part of the entire situation, is that he plays for 3 hours with the same dude and he doesn't interact with anyone else, just this one guy, and he doesn't get anyone else's input on like, hey, you want to play as a team with me? You want to like do this little, like, you want to actually capture the objective because this is what I'm doing, right? Because Lucid talks about everyone doing their own little side objectives and stuff, but some people's side objective actually happens to be the main objective, right? So it's like, he could have encountered someone who's like, hey, guys, maybe we should cap. And then he sees people chastise that guy for like, bro, it's 2 for it. And then he could have been like, I wonder why people are talking like this. And he doesn't even do that because his narrative can't allow for it to happen. Yes. Absolutely. I Yeah, pretty much. Let's just go stock loadout in this. Oh, hey, 11 versus 11, like you were saying earlier, Pikachu. Let's just... Yeah, this is just casual. Oh, I shouldn't have rushed in so willy-nilly. I thought the scouts weren't looking at me. Oh my gosh. I thought no one played the game. I thought people didn't care. Yeah. At least there's no visitor bots in this lobby in particular. Oh, here comes a sniper. Die again, you pathetic. You're becoming Jeremy, just running forward and dying, says my bot hoster friend. Oh, you're right. I'm going in willy-nilly without thinking. Okay. Oh my gosh, look, they're defending. If I dare interrupt this, I'm dead. Boom, boom. Oh my gosh, wait, I got it. Their taunts bought them out. It is, though. And half their team is dead now, so I could get easy pickings on this. See, Jeremy could have done so much. Situations... That's the other thing about Lucid's video, too. Uh-oh. People are suddenly chasing me. Oh. What I find most... Exactly! And see, engineer isn't even gonna be like an immediate win button. Like, I actually recorded this with my fiance. My fiance was playing on my computer, recently, there were 3 level 3 sentries here, here, and here, and with a pocket medic that she did not coordinate with at all, she managed to stock Uber into there as a heavy and blow all 3 of them away. And people think it's like an instant win button to just press engineer. Like, Lucid literally says it's like winning CTF is as easy as pressing 6 on the keyboard. Like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's an equal playing field. Yeah. Like, the only reason you would ever have to do that is if you have such a leg up against them that you can do that and spare the resources. Not all matches of 2 Fort are the same. With payload, you know exactly what you're getting. No friendlies, no banging your head against a wall. That was the other thing he said, is that like CTF is basically banging your head against a wall, but that kind of comes down to personal preference. I like grinding for the flag, and that's just me. Yeah, Turbine's great. I love it. It's peak. It's peak. They persecuted him for they spoke the truth. For he spoke the truth. Cope and seethe, Alex. I disagree. I think 2 Fort is worse. Or I think Double Cross is worse. The Underbridge is uniquely difficult to get a hold of. Also, I will say, it's easier on Double Cross to hold in mid if you've got a team that's playing like competently than on 2 Fort. What? Which map? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Well is great. I don't know what people's problem is. Ah! Jeremy fell into the trap. Wahaha. Sawmill's finest Koth, I think. Yeah. How do I turn chat off, guys? Like the in-game chat. Oh, question, guys. Guys. Qu-
Really, it's not fair.
guys. What's your thoughts on pressure?
What the fuck is that map? Oh, is that in the
You don't
summer
like
update this
pressure?
year?
Yeah, I think it plays like ass. The underwater.
Was that map in the summer update this year?
Yeah, it's the summer update underwater lair CTF map.
I don't think I've even played on that map.
I played it.
I have not
think,
liked
I
any
think it's
CTF
very-
maps in a decade.
I like its width, I suppose, but maybe that's the sniper main in me. I also found it very easy to capture the flag, to be honest, because it's so wide. And there's actually a lot
You
of
also get
there's a lot
water
of
tunnels that
geometry
give
and
you, like,
obstacles in the
tons of
actual
flank.
intel room, so you can hide behind things and just have an easier time dodging stuff. Oh, come on.
Ugh, I have not liked any CTF maps.
Swear to
Hold on.
God, I'm so ass at Halo 2.
CTF maps that they release. You have Two Fort Turbine Landfall, Double Cross, Well, Sawmill. Is that fucking it before like Meet Your Match and Jungle Inferno added a couple more? Is that literally it? 6 of them?
CTF, CTF, I think has
I think I had, like,
almost
none.
always had the least amount of maps since.
It's weird. But yeah, out of those, the only one that I really don't like, I do not care for Landfall at all.
I think it's fun.
It's not fun to like play CTF on it. Defending feels like a chore personally. 'Cause
Yeah,
you're
defending
in-
isn't that great, but attacking feels really good. I think I love it.
Attacking feels interesting because it's open, but like
I am mixed on Landfall.
Ugh.
I
playing NG on Landfall is just a fucking.
Okay, yeah, I agree. As an NG man, I fucking despise
Any
Landfall.
map, here's my litmus test for maps. If NG plays bad on it, there's probably something wrong because NG is like one of the most unique classes of TF2. So
you'd
it's
hate
part of
that that Great Blue remake of 2 Fort that he did. He basically makes Engineer literally the
Bad.
most impossible class to play on that map. Like
what
I
he
swear-
did. What he did for
seeing that
T4
map.
is
I was like, I remember seeing that video, and it was like so confusing.
It was
the
so
thing with the thing with
bad,
the
bro.
thing with
It
Blue
was
Fort,
so
a lot of the
bad.
changes can be. So a lot of the changes are like, oh, I can see why you did this. But then he adds the hole that just goes straight downstairs. It's like, what? What the fuck is the purpose of any of this other space on the map when you just added a hole directly to the basement? What? Why would I? What's the purpose of any other part of the map now?
Yeah, I know. There's like nothing. There's like it's objectively the best way to go, and if you go any other way to capture, you're wasting your time.
You're a fucking idiot. You're just dumb if you go
I
any
also
other way.
don't really like how
What is tonight?
I don't really like how he reworked the bridge. I think the bridge is like not like he removed a lot of this
The
idea.
bridge was so bad, dude.
Yeah, what if we had 3 bridges though?
Yeah, what if we
I-
had 3
oh.
bridges?
Oh, Lord have
What
What
he
I
mercy.
would
did
have
for
done
that
is
map?
probably made a flank route. I would have probably made like if he was doing that, if he had to make it just a bridge, I'd probably just make it so the bridge there's like different ways to go around the bridge maybe, or like maybe add a different route from the sewers to go to the enemy base or something.
What
I
he
don't
ended
know.
up doing there, what he did personally, is he did like what I don't like about Landfall, which is he just plays more like control points than fucking
Yeah, it's like he made it like a cop map to me.
he
It is
Blue Fort
it is
just feels
comp
like
TF2, but
what if
CTF,
I
'cause you
turn
know why?
what if I
You know
turn
why?
2 Fort?
He completely ruins Sniper. He completely ruins Engineer. As a result, Heavy is very difficult to play, and Spy, really the best
It's
classes to
mid.
play are just the competitive classes, which are Demo, Soldier, Scout, and
Yeah,
Medic,
'cause he
because
made
they
it a
reward
fuck- 'cause he
that
made it a
map
fucking
rewards
control point
movement
map.
like crazy.
He made it a map for the pompies.
Which is weird
Because
because
he
I
made-
didn't
he
think
made
he
it
was a
for, like,
compy. I thought
me.
he wasn't one.
He's not.
He is a-
He's
no,
not. But the
he's
issue is that
not.
when you
No,
well,
he
here's the
made a
issue
map.
is that when you try and take a game mode and force it to play more like control points, because these people are not actually smart map designers, they end up making them play like shit. I can play most.
Shonix was the worst one, I think, because it's just
Yeah, but his
I
was
don't
just.
even know.
I
He
think
made
at a-
one? What the
to be fair to him, now to be fair to him, I think at a certain point he just gave up and just started memeing. I know when you cap
The Halloween bosses.
20 headless horsemen, it's like dude's just memeing at this point. He's just sticking around.
the way he
What
actually
if we
used
get-
Halloween bosses, bro.
Do we already have Halloween 2 for it in the map?
Yeah, it's called
It's
Two Fort Invasion.
Yeah.
Fuck. I was saying we should get Street Fortress fucking themed 2 for next update.
It's literally Two Fort Invasion. Two Fort Invasion is Two Fort except with pumpkin bombs and spooky. Woo!
I know.
And-
I
And
forgot the
Invasion
map
coincided
existed.
with
I think
Halloween
all the invasion-
2016.
I think all the
So
invasion maps are pretty.
I hate every invasion map but Bayer. I love Bayer.
I've never played Pyre.
You're missing out on one of the better arena maps,
Invasion?
frankly.
I don't really play anything outside of the core game modes and maybe a bit of Payload Race, because nobody wants to play
Payload Race is a
Hydro,
core
so-
game mode. What do you mean?
Watergate is so fucking
I
overrated.
mean, the way casual
Oh my
defines
God.
it, I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, they're like, you take that back.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Watergate. Trying to play NG on that map or heavy without a medic on that map, or trying to play NG is like pulling teeth. Where do I build? Nowhere. It's fucking player destruction. There is nowhere to build. You're not defending anything.
Player destruction is actually dog shit. It's just
You're not
worse for
defending
the
anything.
asteroid.
It is literally, dude. Every issue that player destruction has was already figured out with robot destruction. They already figured these lessons out. Player destruction is a regression.
And kill confirmed with one extra step in Team Fortress 2. That's a good idea.
Just fucking play arena mode. If you want to just frag, just play arena for the love of God, please. At
Oh,
least
but I
you
don't
can-
get. But there's no Wii spawn.
But there's no respawn. I have to wait 1
What
minute.
will
to
I do for the
respawn.
next 2 minutes?
Oh no,
I'm
I
not-
was
I'm
punished because I'm so dumb that I got killed first. Oh, the horror.
The only thing I
Whatever
will
will I
no,
do?
to be fair, the only thing I will say is playing arena on revert servers makes me want to pull out a 5 gauge in my mouth. We'll walk out of spawn,
it.
get hit by Sandman Cleaver, die. Oh, okay,
Okay,
awesome.
my
Especially the
experience,
awesome
my experience with
Ugh.
Arena has mostly been the pre-Fortress 2 version of it, because pre-Fortress 2 has this really funny thing, right? It's called grenades, and when you play with grenades,
Yeah.
the game ends in like 20 seconds because everyone flies to where they need to go, and also the blast damage they've already taken like contributes dramatically to the holy crap, that's Spy. Sorry, I'm just dying right now. It contributes to this very, very fast-paced arena to where anyone who dies first, honestly, will be waiting no longer than like a minute 45 seconds. Really is like what to expect.
Honestly, the only ever time I've ever really played Arena is when I'm like with a decently large group of friends or randoms, and I just like boot up a server with like Steam networking, and I just play Arena that way.
Join us on the server one of these days, so you can play Bayer when Bayer's #1 fan nominates Bayer for the 20th fucking time.
Which server? There's like 40 of them that we get pinged on.
The one I ping for. You won't have to deal with any. You won't even have to think about things like the kunai or nothing ruining your fun because it does. There's no kunai.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
It's
no
the
kunai?
Stockholm server.
There is no cancer on a Karsa. There is no cancer.
What?
It's stock only.
You guys have a stock-only server and I haven't been playing it? What?
It's
That's
a
what you
Gartha
invited. That's what I
it's the
invited.
Gartha
That's what we
dot
invited
TF.
you to last time, bro.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, you
I'm
should've
so
got on
dumb.
it.
I work, okay? I work in the middle of the day. By the time I
Kill
get back
you.
here, everyone's gone.
Be unemployed.
I can't!
Yeah,
I'm
be
getting married in
unemployed.
25 days, dude! I can't be unemployed!
It's you.
It's literally the last thing I can be right now. I can't play Dota. I just I just realized too that I wasn't recording your guys' audio of our criticisms of Lucid's thing, so it's probably just my
you
end.
stink.
Big sad.
You just sound like a schizo talking to no one.
Yeah. We're gonna have to re-record this section, or you know what? We will re-record it at some point. But Alex will be like, we'll have actually watched the video at that point because I'm just being.
My God.
Yeah, we're gonna send you the video. I'm gonna make you watch it, and then you're gonna react to all
You're
the
gonna hold
crazy
me at
bullshit with
gunpoint.
us. Oh, sorry. No, yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah,
have to
I
respond to
forgot
all the
to say-
crazy stuff with us, because like,
I'm
genuinely,
gonna rewind like 5 minutes.
you know what? We could honestly,
Sick.
I could honestly stay up and do like a watch together of that video with you right now, if you.
I'll probably have to go. I'll probably have to go later because I should probably go to sleep at least soon, and I'm playing Halo 2 this entire time.
You want to know my weird take for game modes on something like rewinding 5 minutes?
Yeah.
The most fun I've had on player destruction was on fucking Farmageddon.
I don't even know what that map is.
You
I'm gonna be level with you.
Listen,
Hey, look,
I can
Razorback
tell.
Sniper,
I can
boom,
tell you
boom,
why, right? I
boom.
can tell you why.
Easy.
I think
Sniper can be
Farmageddon
countered,
I
you
can tell you why
bitches.
Farmageddon is the best player destruction map. Two things. One, the actual map layout lets engineer and heavy play the game without getting raped, unlike something like Watergate or Atom Smash. That's number one. Or Selvian. These classes can play without just getting mogged. Number
Oh, I wasn't
two.
invisible that whole time.
Number two is the Scarecrows. The Scarecrows are like the robots on Robot Destruction, where they give players who aren't as good at shooting other players a chance to still contribute. You kill the Scarecrows and you get the pickups from them. It's like genuinely good.
It's better. I just don't. I just think Asteroid's layout is better.
I still think that the issue with what I'm saying is that what I'm basically saying is, oh yeah, this player destruction map plays better when they start rolling back the changes between it and Robot Destruction and just making it Robot Destruction.
It's like casual.
That's the issue. What I'm saying here is I'm just saying like, yeah, this is kind of fun when they just make it Robot Destruction.
It's like, oh yeah, casual mode's better when we just add the stuff back from quick play.
Yeah, it's literally that. It's like, yeah, if I take all these things from quick play and just make it quick play, but I keep the name casual, casual's great. Yeah, it's literally that.
So you just want quick play.
I don't think you can fix player destruction without just straight up making it fucking Robot Destruction. Oh, also third reason why I think Farmageddon's better. The drop zone is not a place you can really camp. You can't really camp the drop zone.
You wouldn't understand. Steel Bin's just the best one because that's the funny seal.
Like on fucking Watergate and on Watergate and on Atom Smash, it's fairly easy to camp the drop site once you get there first. You can't really do that on Farmageddon because the drop site teleports everyone somewhere else and your spawns get changed in the little drop zone inside the pumpkin. I still don't like it. I still think player destruction is terrible and is like beginning of the end times of game modes, but it is better. It is better.
Rock is better than a big stone. Who would have thought?
Indeed. Still fuck player destruction. this is like
oh my homies hate player destruction.
I remember playing that for the first time, and I genuinely thought that I was like entering like Overwatch.
It's literally
I
Call
literally
of
just
Duty
thought I was
Kill.
playing like something wrong.
It's just Call of Duty Kill confirmed with one extra step because all you have to do is just bring the dog tags in the case.
The fundamental difference between arena and player destruction. In arena, every class is useful. In player destruction, classes have negative synergy with their team, like Sniper.
Oh
Playing
my gosh,
Sniper in player
yes.
destruction is a great way to generate bottles for the enemy team. Because what happens is a sniper wants to sit across the map and shoot the enemy gamers. Okay, where is he shooting them? Oh, on their side of the fucking map, which means that their teammates can pick up bottles from their corpses.
Buying a fucking playing sniper is like buying an M249 encounter.
Also, snipers never picking up the bottles he generates because they're so far away. They're across the map. He's not picking up the bottles. There for anyone to grab. It's so shit.
Poor scout guy has to do the sniper's job for him.
It's so ass. It's like, and the issue is that, oh, well, what if they just made the bottles auto-collect and the sniper kills you? That's even worse. Now you've made sniper too good. Ew. It's just awful. And needing to like hold pickups and shit and deposit them.
Imagine how confusing it would be if new players just join player destruction and realize, why the fuck does sniper not drop things?
It would just be, dude. Imagine you're playing sniper, right? New player playing sniper. You see a guy with like a 20 over his head, so you shoot him. It's like, oh, he's got 20 over. That must mean something. All of a sudden, you're team leader, so now you get jumped by everyone because you're fucking outlined through the wall.
That would be so bad. That would be cancer.
It already happens, dude. Like, it's just so new player unfriendly. How the fuck is a new player supposed to know they're outlined through walls when they're a team leader? It's not fun. You can't convey that. You just can't convey that properly. You learn that because, oh, I just got fucked, and now someone had to tell me why I got fucked. Great.
Yeah.
I think that's like the same reasoning why Valve removed kill outlines in Arms Race and Counter-Strike. Because new players were confused of why people could see them through walls.
Oh, well, why don't they do that with Team Fortress, huh, man? That'd be so nice. Gosh.
Because it's so dude, poor new spies sitting at spawn disguised trying to get a stab, dude, not not realize it's like I can see you through the wall.
You know what? That's a point for Pre-Fortress in my book, because I started playing Pre-Fortress and then I played Spy and I was like, oh my gosh, the outlines are gone and I don't have to worry about it anymore, and I just like throttled everyone because it was so much easier.
Nicer.
It was so much better to play Spy because people actually didn't know where I was.
It's also the issue is also with the outlines. I don't really play
Spy anyways, but yeah, that is a problem.
The issue with the outlines is also for new players. I'm sorry, when I load into a game, and even as a non-new player, when I load into a match of, let's say, Payload, and I see the outlines, I'm like, I don't fucking know where my team is. I don't have a good depth of field from this. They could be playing way farther down than I think.
It's literally just an amorphous blob on your screen that's like blue or red.
Literally just things everywhere. I'm like, I would have found my team without needing this ugly intrusion.
Yeah, the map
confuses me more.
Go. You don't need the game to directly tell you, and the map already tells you where to go. If the map doesn't, it's just shit.
The Halo part is fine, but like,
yeah,
you know,
if the map is bad enough that you don't know where to go, you don't need team outlines. Not every map is fucking bread space.
Well.
This makes Hydro look
not
good.
even bread space is bread space.
It makes Hydro look good.
I'm just kidding. I love Hydro. I think it's amazing.
Love relationship.
I think Hydro is my favorite B tier map in this game.
Oh, shut up.
You know, I agree with. I do think Hydro's a B tier.
I don't think Hydro. I think Hydro is like the second worst launch map, frankly.
I think Hydro's like top 3 worst Valve. I think Coffee is CTF.
Dude, nah. Valve maps, Hydro. Dude, top 10 worst Valve maps, Hydro doesn't even make number 15. It is just not. It's nowhere close to the bottom. Oh no,
I think it's top 3 or 5.
Hydro?
I like it. I don't like it as much. I'm indifferent.
They just didn't understand. They just didn't understand Robin Walker's genius when it came out.
You can't tell me that Hydro would be in the same discussion as shit like Koth, Nucleus, and 5 Gore and 5 Gorge. You cannot tell me that would be.
Yeah, okay, 5 Gorge is definitely worse. You're forgetting CTF Hellfire too.
Any day.
Yeah, but like
Manpower. You're forgetting the Manpower maps.
Yeah, but Manpower isn't real. Neither is Pastimes. We can ignore them.
Yeah.
They're not real. Those are not real games.
Can we ignore comp maps too, like Process and Snakewater?
And Sunshine?
No. Listen. Unironically, up until like Snakewater, most of the compy maps that were added were fine. I think Process is fine.
No, I like a lot of the compy maps too.
The only compy maps I don't like were the ones that they added Meet Your Match onward, except for Metalworks. I do like Metalworks, but Sunshine is I fucking hate. Reckoner is
I
ugly.
hate Process just because I played it too fucking much.
That is that's why that is the big thing to say about Process. It's one of the most popular 5CP maps. If you boot up
Powerhouse is
you're gonna
right
probably
there.
get
Don't
on
play
that.
Powerhouse.
Powerhouse isn't 5CP though. 5CP and 3CP
gas.
they just play differently. There's a time and a place for Powerhouse. There's time and a place for me
Okay,
to
well,
play.
then go play Granary or Badlands
I love
or like
Granary.
any other map.
Granary is my jam.
It's my beloved Granary.
Granary S tier map
well.
any day, objectively. All right.
True Snook.
Go
True
straight to hell
Snook.
if you disagree.
If you think Granary
Freaking
is
Zesty
not,
Jesus thinking it's a bad map because sniper sightlines. Oh!
no, dude, do not go and
He actually
something.
said Granary was a bad map. Now I hate him. Now I don't
Yes.
like him even more.
Yes,
Dude,
he said
there was
Granary
other
was a
reasoning
bad
why
map.
he said Granary was a bad map. Here's how he said Granary plays. He's like mid is bad. Mid's the only good part of the map,
What
and then
mid?
it's choke point, open area, choke point, open area, choke point. It's like, dude,
What's
welcome
mid?
to
That's
fucking.
literally-
What's mid?
Welcome
in
to
That is
Dust Bowl.
Granary?
literally every launch map, though. Are you just gonna put every launch map in?
Dude, it's
Wait,
literally
that's
Dust Bowl. Dust Bowl is tight choke cave into open field into tight choke cave into open
I
field.
love Dust Bowl.
I
It's
love
gas.
Literally
Dust Bowl
the
because
same
of that.
fucking
It's
design
so
principle.
tight. It's so tight. It's so Team Fortress to have that. Like
I think Granary
You could have
mid is.
said something really bad there, and I would have not
I
complained.
think Granary. Here's my thing. I don't think Granary mid is good, but I don't think it needs to be good because the rest of the map is there to
wait,
boost to
how
buff
do you
it up,
define
basically.
Granary mid? Because I don't understand what it is.
My thing Granary mid compared to some other maps, a lot of classes aren't good on Granary mid at all, like NG, heavy, pyro. But my thing is that doesn't matter because the midpoint of 5CP maps, you're not meant to at least for Granary, you're not meant to sit there. You're not meant to sit there
You're
to get it over.
Just meant to cap it and get the fuck
Yeah,
out.
it gets capped, and then you play second and first. Mid is the point that goes back and forth. That's just the middle of the map is going back and forth. If that point didn't exist, well, it would play differently because one team could just push into the other one instantly. But it's like the buffer. It's just there to serve as a buffer, so the team that's getting fucking, on the defense now can play.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I should be more picky
stay.
with
It
TF2
doesn't
maps.
matter.
I'm not as experienced with TF2 maps
Like,
as
let me put
in
it
other
this
sauce
way.
maps.
Let me put it this way: if you made a King of the Hill version out of Granary mid, it would be fucking horrible, because only fucking scout, soldier, and demo could play. But because you're not meant to stay there, you're meant to just come. It's just come and go. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter that certain classes aren't good there, because guess what? The rest of the map is good for them. And when you're retaking the point, let's say you got your shit kicked in, you got pushed back to second, you push back to mid. If your team can push out of second, you can get your heavy pyro NG in a better spot on mid, so it doesn't fucking matter. They're just not good for the initial mid fight, which is fine.
Oh, I just
because they're not
realized why I
supposed to
wasn't
be.
understanding you. I thought you were talking about Gravel Pit. I'm so
No,
stupid.
Granary.
Gravel Pit's
I
a good
think
map
no.
too, though.
I think Gravel Pit's the worst of the launch maps, but it's still a
What?
good map.
No.
Yeah, I think it's
screw
the worst
you.
one.
Screw
Wait,
no.
what's the worst of the launch maps then?
Gravel Pit. I
No,
think.
no, it's not. It is not the worst of the launch maps.
I think it is.
Actually, I don't even know what's the worst launch maps.
How
I
would
think
you
I would
even
say
quantify
T4.
that? How would you even it'd have to be the
Like,
one
they're
where
all
the
good.
most
They're all-
classes
they're all
function the
good.
least efficiently?
Well, no, the way I'd say, reason I think Gravel Pit's the worst, from most experiences I've had on it, this might be a player moment, but I don't think the map plays as well as Valve thinks, because what ends up happening is one team hard holds B or A, never touches the other one. Actually, rewind. Main issue is that it's very annoying to hold the one point like B or A, because the enemy team on blue can loop around through C. I unironically think Junction functions a little better with that gimmick, just because you can't easily just come behind the red team and start shooting them. You can't do that. I think
Junction is just ass. My God, it's just.
I don't know if Junction. I don't even know if Junction's bad. I don't know if Junction's bad, because we never get to play an environment where Junction isn't accompanied by Kritzkrieg, every soldier banner, Beggar's Bazooka, Flog, Vaccinator, Wrangler, Short Circuit.
Okay,
I can keep
true,
listing
but the
shit.
existence
I
of
can-
those
I can keep
unlocks make
listing
the map
stuff.
bad.
I will
You should
say,
accommodate for
Gravel Pit-
unlocks, but you should at least try to make them not entirely.
but Junction was made before all these cancer unlocks really existed. So
I think that's actually
It's
the
not the
problem,
map's
is that
fault.
we talk about what's the worst of the launch maps, and I think we're actually
Equals
talking
right there.
in terms of like what's it's like now, but like back
No,
then.
I'm not even talking about now. Playing it without unlocks, I still feel Gravel Pit plays suboptimally.
How?
Frankly,
Like,
but
as in, it's just like the least of the good, or is it just like?
yeah, it's
mid?
not like when I say worst of, I don't mean it's bad. I mean it's like the least
Oh,
good.
okay,
of
I
the launch
misunderstood.
maps.
I thought you
think
were
all the
saying it
launch
was like
maps are
actually
good.
bad, and I'm like, no way.
No, none of the
What's
launch maps.
okay,
are
well,
bad.
what's the worst of the good then? Because I think we can all agree they're all good.
Gravel. I think it's
I
Gravel
don't
Pit.
think it's Gravel
I think
Pit.
it's
To be
Gravel
honest,
Pit.
I think it's 2-4, but I just don't like CTF as much, so that's my reasoning.
I would understand 2 for it, frankly. I will not hear an argument for Well, Granary, or
No,
Dust
okay,
Bowl. I just
Well
will
is the
not hear
best
an
one. I
argument for
like
those.
Trains. Trains save it. I love
I
train
will not
yards.
hear an argument for any of those three. For the
Well-
other three, I'll
Well
hear
and
you out,
Hydro,
basically.
Well, Hydro, and Granary. Yeah, they're
Almost any game with a train yard setting for a map is usually my favorite. I'm telling you that right now.
Trainers are good settings.
Because you're autistic.
DE Train is my favorite Counter-Strike map, and no
I
one
fucking-
understands me.
There
I
you go.
don't want to hear DE Train slander in this house.
See, if
I gotta
Gold
play more
Rush,
Counter
not Gold
Strike,
Rush,
man.
if Dust Bowl was so
I
good,
will
when
not hear
started Dust
DE
Bowl
Train
2
in this house be slandered.
Listen, all I'm saying, Dust Bowl was so good, it had to be remade fucking 2 times. It was we got 3 Dust, we actually 4. We got 4 Dust Bowls. We have Dust Bowl, we have Gold Rush, which is literally Dust Bowl 2. We have Bad
Really,
Water,
Dust Bowl 3?
which is bad. We have Bad Water, which was part of Dust Bowl 2, which was remade into its own map, so it's Dust Bowl 3. And then we have Community's version of Dust Bowl, Hoodoo, because it's a fucking
Bowl the
Sky
fourth.
Gold Rush. It's literally we have 4
There's a
fucking
payload
Dust Bowl
map,
maps
so-
in this game. They're all good. They're all good. We love Dust Bowl.
I love
That's
Dust
like
Bowl.
if Counter-Strike. That's like if Counter-Strike had like 4 versions of Dust.
Can I say really quickly about Dust Bowl? One of the funniest things I find about community discussion regarding Dust Bowl, like, and the game in general, actually, is that they'll complain that games aren't long enough, right, because of casual, right? Fairly so. But then, those same
Oh,
people,
20-minute last
conveniently,
hold.
those same people hate Dust Bowl because it is old TF2, but every, and I mean every Dust Bowl match I've ever been on lasts almost as long as the average 2-4 match that I find myself on. I don't understand why people hate it so much. If they want more TF2,
Well, I can tell
play
you why.
Dust Bowl.
I can tell you why. It's not because it's like long. It's because it's long and aggravating due to modern inclusions such as shit like
Yeah.
the Flog, the Kritzkrieg, the
I hate
Four
having to account for modern inclusions because it's such like stupid.
A lot of maps that are perfectly fine get totally ruined by certain unlocks.
Yeah.
Mainly Flog.
But even then, I could personally play those
Well-
maps with those stupid unlocks for them. I still enjoy the game.
Flog
Classes
I
is
like
should
Flog.
never
I
have
like
gotten
Dust.
more than one set of unlocks. I'm gonna say it. They shouldn't have gotten more than
Flog
one.
is Flog
agree
makes
with
a
that.
lot of maps genuinely insufferable when it's used on it.
Engineer,
Like,
I think, in my
ugh.
opinion, has like the dumbest unlocks. I really don't think we need more than we
It named
got.
it
in the
named
engineer
Scout
update.
and Sniper ? What the fuck? Have you seen some shit? Have you seen the shit that Scout used to have before they got nerfed? Have you seen
Yeah,
those?
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that
What the
too.
fuck?
You don't like the original Sandman?
No, no, I really don't.
The Sandman getting like nerfed like 6 or 7 times within the first
Dude,
year.
I
in
gotta
the
say,
game.
Valve has got to be the most insecure, like when it comes to unlocks
so ass.
ever. Like they'll listen to one set of criticism and address it, and then people are like, "No, actually, we want it this way," and then it's like, "Oh, and I know why. It's because like Robin Walker had come from TFC and Quake Team Fortress, where everyone was trustworthy enough to like give honest feedback, but in a game full of casuals, the feedback was totally different, and he didn't quite get that until it was too late.
The issue was
I'm so glad he's not in charge of balance changes on Deadlock, and oh my god, that would be kind of hell.
The issue with TF2 design is that the devs didn't just tell the fans to go fuck themselves and just accept the game.
Yeah, no, seriously, they didn't tell them to just grow up and play the game.
Like fucking Medic's unlocks. People didn't want to play Medic. What do? We don't think there's any issues with Medic. I know. Give him the Uber song.
Okay, Medic is one of my least favorite classes to play. I'm gonna be real. I have loved playing him a lot recently, and like Hannah, my fiance Hannah, she doesn't go past like stock medic. Like she doesn't. She's actually tried the other mediguns and other weapons that I bought for her, and she
'Cause
doesn't.
only stock medigun is
she
good.
Doesn't like anything else. She just likes what she likes, and she doesn't understand how people used to hate. She doesn't understand how people used to hate on, standard medic. You know. It's
I mean,
just-
the way I look at it, TF2 comes from TFC, which comes from Quake. So I'd imagine the TFC player base probably had a divide of people here. Those who liked to bunny hop around and used and played it like a movement shooter, who got upset when grenades got taken out, and those who were like, I want to play with the systems that this game has, such as engineer, spy, medic.
The transfer was completely different. The overlap between fan bases between the games was very minimal at launch, and is basically non-existent now. But I also find too that a lot of TFC fans they hated a lot of changes that were made because it wasn't just that they removed stuff that they were used to. It was that things. Oh, I had a thought and it fell out of my head. Dang it! I had words
Because you're
that
playing
sounded
the game.
good. No.
I mean, TFC compared to TF2 are just different things. So I understand why someone would like one but not the other. I mean, shit. How fast did the devs patch bunny hopping in TF2? Because you could bunny hop like a madman before they immediately patched that within like a week or something. It's crazy snipes from the TF devs
That was sad.
on that one.
It's now I remember. The barrier to entry for TF2 was completely different than for Quake and TFC, because you gotta. What I have like tried to write down actually in sort of a final script of mine is that like the prerequisite to playing capture. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Hang on, I gotta stop for a minute. The prerequisite to playing Quake Team Fortress was having already played Quake and understanding it enough, maybe to even have played the base multiplayer, right? Where it's just deathmatch or team deathmatch, right?
Yeah.
And Quake was a legendary game, and so the mod got popular because of the legendary status of the game. In fact, at one point when Quake Worlds came up, the Team Fortress servers were more popular than the standard method of play for Quake. Like, that's how big it was. It was more popular than the game itself. And Team Fortress Classic had a very similar effect. When Half-Life 1 Game of the Year Edition came out, with all of its other, add-on games, Team Fortress Classic was Disc 2. Like, it was right there next to it. And Team Fortress Classic is just Half-Life weapons, but in a team setting, just like Quake Team Fortress was with Quake. And it's like, the prerequisite was to play Half-Life. And because Team Fortress 2 took so long to develop, and Half-Life 2 was spaced out so differently from it, and also that TF2 was bundled with games like Portal, the prerequisite was basically to just play it on its own and not see it as the mod that it had grown from as a legacy. And I had a point to this, and now I completely freaking forgot. I think it was in regards to Robin Walker and how he addressed fan criticism of the game in the early days. Because back when he was developing for just people who were fans of the mod, people would play Quake Team Fortress and Team Fortress Classic at LAN parties with each other, right? That was the primary method of play.
Yeah,
and so
true.
The feedback they got was more honest because the gameplay that was achieved was more visceral and tight, as it were, because it was actually there in person, and you could corroborate your experiences with people at the same time and talk to them at the same time. And that was like trustworthy, because you could verify then, because of the in-person gaming, that people were trustworthy with their criticisms. And when TF2 comes along, in the birth of the internet, and like, well, not the birth of the internet, but the time when the internet really started to grow, like massive, and especially with the growth of YouTube, it bred this more casual fan base, especially to people who actually didn't need to play Half-Life 2 or even Portal to understand TF2, because TF2 isn't Half-Life 2. Like, Team Fortress Classic is Half-Life 1.
Actually, it's technically built off of Half-Life 2.
Okay,
Yeah,
no,
it's
I know
because
that it
now
is.
it's
I know that it is, but it's not. I know it is, but it's not in the same way. It's like Team Fortress Classic is the exact same weapons as Half-Life 1, just in a team
Yeah,
set
yeah.
context. Same with Quake, Team
I
Fortress
just
2.
love to see
Quake.
it.
Team
I
Fortress
mean,
2 is its own thing completely. It's not even the same thing. The health
I mean, I
system
wouldn't
is
even
different.
say you need to play these
There's,
other
like-
games to prerequisite though.
No, it's
Like, you
not.
just-
It's not that you had to, but it's that it was so likely that you were going to that to not have done it would have been absurd. And instead, with Team Fortress 2, it was so standalone that the criticism received was so much different. But Robin, like, I read a lot of the old blog posts, and Robin speaks in this tone where he doesn't seem to understand who the fan base actually is comprised of. And it's confusing because it's like, I thought you would have known considering how successful this was. But he doesn't.
Well, TF2 is also just in general a lot easier to get into. If you try and get into a game like Quake right now, a lot of people. I mean, you join a Quake lobby or TFC lobby, you're gonna get your shit kicked in.
Yeah.
Well, that was the
You're
case
nowhere
even
near
that was the
comic
case even back in the day when online came out
Yeah.
because 90s gamers just accepted the very hard reality of games and the very difficult nature of things, and they thought that was the baseline, so their growth in terms of like if you charted it on a graph is exponentially higher than growth of players who play modern games now, not even just TF2 but modern games now, because they start at such a higher threshold of difficulty. And
Well, the thing with Quake is like once you get into Quake, you can get into fucking anything. You've already had
totally.
your balls put through you've already had your balls rubbed by a fucking cheese grater. Like you can't go past that.
Yeah.
You've already
It's only going
dealt
to
with
go
the
up.
hardships.
you
It's
get
only
into
easier
you get
from
into
there.
Doom and Quake, and you get good at Doom and Quake, you get pretty much any shooter in the world is yours. So
Yeah, not even just shooters, just like any game. You've already dealt with probably the worst it'll get in terms of trying to get yourself acclimated with a game.
Maybe
Oh, yeah.
if it's like
Even
a
in single player.
MOBA, it's like say if it's like a
MOBAs
MOBA
aren't
or
real.
something.
MOBAs and MMOs are not real.
I
They're
don't
not
even
for those
understand the
families.
premise of them. It's like they're trying to be a board game, but they're not. It's really awkward.
It's weird.
I don't like it.
TF2 is accommodating. It used to be really slow. Frankly, I think the game was made worse the more they've made it faster to try and play like these older games.
100%, totally.
Or at least maybe not even the older games, when they tried to make it play like fucking Overwatch or something, like these fast-paced shoot games. There's a lot more strategic elements. I think there's a lot more
I think,
strategic elements to
Play,
games like
the team
Quake.
play used to be much more present as a result of the strategic natures too, and that's something that I see a lot of like having disappeared now. Is that the team play elements are all gone. Like even right now, I'm just absent-mindedly playing by myself, not even helping my team because I don't know, because that's what I've grown to expect from this game, and it's honestly part of the reason why I've grown to hate this game like a little bit inside, because it's so like I want to play a team game for the team spirit of it, like because it's a team game. That's what I'm here to do.
Yeah,
I've
but
always grown
dude,
with that
the game is
aspect in mind.
designed for you to not have. But dude, the game's designed for you to not have to care about your team.
Oh right, because yeah, that's
I
totally
don't
how the
give a
first
fuck,
two
man.
games worked. You know how fucking okay. I'm so sorry, but like you go to like YouTube, you go on YouTube, and the most glorified videos of Team Fortress Classic are the competitive videos, and it's because the team play was the focus of it. You didn't go off and play on your own because you were asking to get your crap kicked in. Okay. And then TF2 comes around, and yes, you can play it by yourself, but that was part of the reason why it became so boring to play solo. Like, part of the reason I think that people hated Medic was because they didn't understand how to play a team game where there's only one class that actually relies on his team.
Nah, NG needs to rely on his team too, or
Okay,
gets fucking molested.
that too, but even still,
Well,
you
yeah,
can-
too,
you can
People molested.
technically act autonomously to some degree, like even in the base state. And it's like,
I mean, frankly, looking at TF, I think the biggest thing, looking at TF2 compared to other games before, it is just way slower. It is just slower than TFC or Quake, which is a huge shift to get into. Medic is like, I think Medic is great in TF2, but going from these older games, then you try and play Medic, it's like, I don't want to play fucking Medic.
Yeah,
or
true.
heavy, dude. Who wants to play a tank?
Heavy. It really was just a matter of the devs should have just waited. Just wait for your player base to settle in, because you're entering uncharted territory here. You're gonna have some rough waters, but then once that's over, you have a stable.
It's ironic because
community.
the tight little fan base that surrounds the Xbox 360 scene of TF2 still is actually what TF2's fan base should have and could have evolved into, because like they're all like they understand the limitations of the classes so much to the point where like everyone got really good at that version of the game, which is basically day one launch, because both console editions got like what 3 patches.
Yeah,
and that's
like
it.
no, the PS3 got actually 0
PS3 got none.
patches.
PS3 got
Yeah,
none.
the
It's still
PS3
using-
got
okay.
no,
it's still
no, it
using
got
beta.
one patch. It got one patch that fixed like a very critical bug, and that was it.
I have a friend who
still uses
started
beta
playing
shit.
TF2 day frickin' 1 on the PS3, and
With his
he-
virginity.
Yeah, and he quit. He actually quit the game in like 2014 around the Love and War update because he just couldn't take it anymore. He couldn't take what the game had been like becoming. It's basically it basically became what we're talking about now. But like to him, it was so much more, especially with the economy growing and how he was surprised by how much emphasis there was on the economy, because he was like, this doesn't make sense to me. It's like as he was also like 13 or 12 years old at the time, so he was kind of taken advantage of in terms of like asking for mommy's credit card a bit too much. But even still, like so many items started getting added to the point where it's like, but the classic hats are just fine. What's wrong? Like can we stop? And then Valve was like, no. And he's like, oh.
And thinking, yeah, you think, could we stop with the classic hats? Could we have stopped before that? Because clearly the devs didn't want to do it.
No.
I got some nice interviews with Robin Walker being like, yeah. They're like, oh, were hats and stuff planned? Hats
Yeah,
not
that
planned?
was
No.
that was the
No,
test
we had to
experiment.
completely
That was the
reconfigure
test
it.
experiment for Dota and Counter Strike.
It's like, no, these weren't planned. When they were added, we had to completely change how we approach designing things for this game. It's like, oh,
Did Robin
that
actually
sounds
say
really
that? Like,
bad.
was he angry when he said that, or like?
I don't think he didn't sound angry or nothing. He just like said that specifically for hats, I believe. I have the.
I mean,
I have
of course you're gonna have to
That
Yeah.
was
change the
around
way
the
the
time
game
probably
is
when he
designed.
figured out that his baby,
Ugh.
like Team Fortress was his
Bastardized.
IP. Like it was the
Fucked.
first game he ever made, and then he saw it
He
go
got
to shit. No
fucked
wonder
so
he left
bad.
the dev team. Like literally no
I mean,
wonder.
I mean, dude, he left after like Love and War, didn't he?
Yeah,
Isn't
and,
that-
before
Yeah.
that,
No,
some
no,
reports say
no,
he left
actually,
even
he-
before Love and War, because Love
He
and War
went
was
to go work on
2014.
Dota 2. He actually went to go work on Dota 2,
I
and
mean,
now he's working on
frankly,
Deadlock.
people get mad at the devs. It's like, dude, I'm sorry. If I was Robin Walker, he's got a lot. I might have like blown my head off at that point.
Oh no,
because
I
like,
would
made this
have
thing.
like quit games forever, and I would have like been embarrassed to even speak about it to my own son. Like,
It's just like
That's
it's like I
crazy.
couldn't. It's like I couldn't do anything, and my game just got raped because overlords at the company I worked at said, "You're gonna add all these microtransactions.
yeah.
You're gonna keep making more content that you don't even think should be added."
Like I was talking about this on a rant that I was actually going to upload to my second channel, but like even with the unlocks, which weren't necessary, arguably, but even assuming they were, Robin crafted them so carefully to make sure they still meshed with the gameplay, and people still complain. Yes, sure there were flaws with them, and sure there wasn't like they weren't perfect, but like he did a really good job, better than any other community weapon ever was when it was first into the game for the most part. And it was like, because it didn't rely on solo play to work, it relied on team play to work, and like it helped the team. The unlocks actively pushed the objective forward as well as helped the team, and Robin had to make sure of that. Now it hasn't been like that since, well, basically since 20.
I mean, frankly, I don't think there was thought put into most unlocks, because the first unlocks got put out not even a year after the game was made. I'm like, this is not
Yeah.
enough time to. There's just no
Yeah.
there's
To
no
be
way
fair,
in hell.
I think Robin also
got.
got lucky that the medic unlocks worked as well as they did, because man.
I wouldn't even say they worked.
Most
The
live
Crit
service
alone
games
fucking
don't even
raped.
playtest. Valve
No,
doesn't
No,
even
the Kritzkrieg
playtest
is so easy to counter as a sniper. It's not even like
No. The Kritzkrieg rapes maps like Gold Rush and Dust Bowl. I cannot believe that thing launched in the same update as Gold Rush. There is no way they playtested that shit on Gold Rush, because all a red medic needs to, like, these maps
The
are all
Kritzkrieg
these,
is fine, personally.
these maps are synonymous
Well,
with a demo man sticky camping your spawn with a crits medic for a reason, because it's been like that for almost 20 years, where demo man plus medic on red team who are using Kritzkrieg, it's like, yo, we're just gonna sit at your spawn for 5 minutes and you can't leave because we have crits and you don't. It's like, ugh.
yeah.
I mean, if the map,
to be
I mean,
fair,
if
if
the
the
map
medic
is
just hides himself
designed
behind a
well-
wall, like, and just pops crits and the heavy is like strategically positioned or something, like
Can't do
you
shit.
can
It's
destroy
just like,
destroy
ugh.
an entire corner.
I mean, to be fair, that's also kind of a problem with the map's design, because if there's
But it's not. But it's not.
Every
The map
spawn
wasn't
room-
designed for that.
If
The
you
map
if
wasn't
you play
designed for
Gold
it
Rush
to get
completely on
guaranteed crits.
stock weapons, it actually I've learned this by playing the Gold Rush version
so
on
good.
Pre-Fortress with the grenades, but
It's
it's
so
all
good.
stock weapons for the most part. Stock medic on Gold Rush, like stock weapons completely, works unreasonably well. And then I know
So
that
nice.
with Kritzkrieg, oh my gosh, if they added unlocks into Pre-Fortress 2, I would become so livid. Because it's
Bro
so,
might actually become a terrorist.
Bro is
it's
gonna
not the
find a
point
way.
of the mod. It's just not the point.
Bro's gonna find a way to find. Bro's gonna find a way to try to plant the counter-strike bomb in real life.
I will say from a visual
Oh, hey,
standpoint,
Gold Rush is up on the map
cool,
list. We're playing
but-
that next. Let's go. Well, let's observe
But,
these changes in real time.
the fucking medic change. The thing with medic is specifically and whenever you fuck with medic, you fuck with like the entire you mess with the entire game.
Oh, totally.
He's like the most volatile class to change because the entire game relies on him being there and Ubering and overhealing. When you mess with them, do shit
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I know, let's make sure medic gets a speed boost when he heals a scout. Like, should we be making this change? That will fucking change how the game medic
or
interacts with
worse
the
yet,
game.
let's give him a crossbow so that the farther the arrow fires, the more damage and the more healing it does. Just because, you know.
I know.
Honestly,
let's make
I
medic
hate-
build
honestly, I
300%
think-
faster instead of time.
I think the crossbow should do no damage, but that's just.
That
I think the crossbow shouldn't exist. It's
The crossbow
awful.
shouldn't
Should just
exist
do
straight
no-
up, yeah.
It shouldn't exist, but if it's going to exist, 0 damage. 0 damage.
Yeah,
that alone
we
would
can-
make medics not walk peak corners to try and shoot a sniper and get their head popped off.
Like, if the
Or-
crossbow is
or
going to be like a
engage-
weapon
you know
that
what,
you
I've
heal
been-
people with.
You know, the habit that I've been engaging in recently as a medic player, like just playing more medic recently, has been engaging actively in sniper duels with the crossbow, and I win about half the time because more than likely they're far enough away to where I can just like pick them off in 2 shots if I just peek the corner right. And they're
Yeah.
not expecting me. They're not ready for
I mean,
me.
the thing is, medic. Yeah, I wonder what the healing class is meant to do. Oh, yeah, I know. He should he should spam people with long range projectiles. Oh,
Why is the
Like, what
server
the
resetting its timer when there's a 7v7 ready to go?
A good
It's a
fucking
dude.
question. That's yeah.
Casual,
just-
what are you doing?
breaking. Ugh. What I know, let's give medic 300% Uber build during setup time, so that medics are encouraged
You see,
to spam Uber to
literally-
build points for no reason. So sometimes medics just don't have Uber.
I really don't like casual.
I know. What if we made it so engineer changes are also fucking ridiculous as well. I know. What if
I just want casual mode fixed. I just want to be
let's
able to play
decrease
the game.
let's
be
decrease the
honest-
cost of teleporters to 50 so you can build 2 of the mana dispenser. It's like what?
Would teleporters
Why?
would it have been okay if teleporters had remained at 125 metal?
No, because
Eh.
the game has sped up too much. They can't cost that anymore. They have to be
No,
cheaper
I
because
mean
this game is
at
too
base.
fast.
I mean at base, like
At a base level, I
launch,
think
at
at
launch,
a base level,
coming off of Team Fortress
I think
Classic, would it have made
I think
sense?
they cost 100. I think they cost 125 because they're not meant. They're either meant to be. How about this? Teleporters as a building, like they work to offset some of the biggest downsides of certain classes, such as heavy. Not having a teleporter is huge. That is a huge
That is
drawback for a
huge.
team with a heavier demo or soldier.
Especially
So
on
they-
like
they
capture the
cost a
flag
lot.
maps or payload maps.
Mostly, I
So
think
any
the
map. So-
teleporter change is probably fine.
I think the teleporter change is stupid because it just shows like, yeah, by the way, this thing that we had since the start, where we intentionally made this thing like require commitment of a lot of metal to be able to bypass certain classes' downsides. Yeah, we've sped up the game too much. Here's it for like.
I mean, I guess in a
125.
way, compared to
Ugh.
teleporters and dispensers didn't have upgrades at launch. I think just having it as 50 metals.
They
because
also could
you're-
I mean,
remove.
by-
Would
I think-
buildings
I think-
buildings moving? I think is actually the good change, and the teleporters
I think that is.
costing less.
I mean,
is
to be
probably
fair,
the bad
I
change.
think
Because,
buildings
you know,
moving
you know
is
what?
a good
Pikachu,
change.
you're right because what it teaches. I remember actually playing engineer for the first time, and what it taught me was that like, oh, teleporters aren't really that important, so I'm just not going to worry about it. And I only built dispensers and I only built sentries. Yeah.
I mean, the
And I
issue
didn't
with the
learn
reason
any
that
better.
teleporters,
I didn't learn any better. Holy shit! That counter to sniper was the most killer
the reason.
thing. Sorry, I'm
The
not
reason
supposed
that
to
like the reason that engineer, right? The thing with modern Engie, I don't think he was expected to do this back when the game launched. I don't think he was expected to get all of his buildings to level 3. He would get a level 3 fucking sentry, and you couldn't, like you said, you couldn't even upgrade your teleporter and dispenser at launch.
Yeah.
You get a level 3 sentry, a dispenser, and a teleporter perhaps, and maybe a teleporter. You weren't getting everything to level 3.
And
that wasn't
you
the
couldn't
thing.
move them. Your placement had to be so intentional that like the only thing worth upgrading at that point is the sentry because you need the damage. But then you can make the argument that like the dispenser upgrade is good because your teammates really do need the heals, and like the teleporter.
I will say,
I think the building moving thing was a good change because they generally just get a little bigger over time.
I think that they made that change because that was 2010. They saw how the game played for almost 3 years and decided, now we're gonna change this. I'm gonna say the devs are smart on that one, and they actually watched what the game was playing like and said, we are gonna change that. They didn't just make a hasty decision like they did it with Pyro, Air Blast.
Oh my gosh, Air Blast shouldn't be in the game. He should have had the incendiary rockets from TFC's alternative weapon.
I think Air Blast
would have worked so much better.
No, I'm not going to say that. I think Air Blast as an idea has its place in TF2, but it doesn't have it shouldn't work like how it does now.
It shouldn't be in the game at all. I am a firm anti-Air Blaster.
I'm very indifferent to Air Blast. I don't mind it.
Air blasting what was Pyro's issues at launch? Bad damage, bad survivability. Okay, why does he have bad survivability? TFC is even worse as far as I can tell.
No, Pyro's objectively the worst class in TFC. Like it's not even a competition.
I mean, from what I've seen from TFC, you got the flamethrower, which does decent damage, but does knockback and is impossible to see through because it's a fucking flat PNG in your face. You got the incendiary cannon, which does like no damage.
Yeah.
He has the single barrel shotgun, which does like no damage. He has the crowbar, which is garbage.
The only weapon
he's got good
I ever
health.
use with him is the incendiary rockets because the range actually will wreck snipers. But the problem is
I've actually never played TFC.
And then in Pre-Fortress, actually, it was really cool because in Pre-Fortress, right, the beta reimagining, right, where they actually did apply a lot of the concepts. One of the beta concepts actually was Pyro's alt fire is this incendiary rocket that arcs.
It's the incendiary rocket. I've seen that.
And you know how it works, right? It's a very small it's a small explosion radius, and if it makes contact with the player, it does the damage of a flare gun, and it sets them on fire, and you can set multiple people on fire because it has a short like explosion range. It's like half the explosion range of a rocket, right? That would have been so much better because it not only allows Pyro to be more effective in the long range, but in so doing, it subtly makes his ambush role a bit more nuanced. Plus, he could rocket jump to little higher places too. So
I think what they should have done
or
for
Fortress
Pyro,
Forever's jetpack, but I don't think that's as good of an idea.
But the issue with Pyro was like bad damage, bad survivability. Okay, well, how do we fix that? You could do any sort of things. Maybe buff his move speed, his HP, or do the simple thing of make his flamethrower damage not fucking awful. Maybe that's a start. Maybe make it do good damage and not just be dog shit.
Yeah, just boost the damage increment by 2, and you're fine.
But no, we have to give him the ability to reflect projectiles and push players back. Okay, but why though?
And those reflected projectiles deal mini crits. Because for some reason it's not just an equal level of damage. Like typically,
it's not
if
enough
something gets
to
sent
do
back
100
at me,
damage to a demo.
It's typically if something gets sent back at me, I expect it to deal the equivalent amount of damage because it's not going to magically gain more damage. But no,
it deals more damage because it's giving you psychological pain for the fact that you missed the Pyro trying to air blast you.
I mean, here's the thing, right? TF2 is
Spite. I hate Spite as a game design choice. That's what people do against Sniper. I hate it. No, it's so dishonest. Spite as a game design choice is just the worst. You're probably joking about it, but like,
here's why I don't like. Here's why I don't like Air Blast. How Air Blast works in TF2. It doesn't know the player pushing aspect, because I think the player pushing aspect you can actually work with here. But the reflect projectiles, here's 2 issues with this. First one, reflecting a projectile can damage the teammate of the person who fired it for no fault of their own, which is just like, this is a team-based game. Why would we include a mechanic that makes teammates
when they
hate each other?
contact with their teammates, but they won't deal damage? Like soldiers' rockets will blow up on teammates, but they won't deal damage to them. So why? It's inconsistent.
Well, it's just stupid, right? Like, okay, we have a game, we have a team-based game here. Why do we want to introduce a mechanic that will get teammates mad at each other? That's
Yeah.
antithetical to team
No, you
play.
just
You've all seen it. We've all seen it.
It's
Pyro,
a,
stop
no,
feeding the pyro
seriously,
rocket.
yeah. I think it's what Gabber talked about this one time in regards to Sniper that I actually think applies here as well. Where like no, and this is something he said that I think is actually smart. Where it's like there's such a game made about weakening everyone instead of just making people stronger and that being the more logical decision. Like Pyro's Air Blast actually does weaken the team play, as you said. And it could have just been a change that strengthened Pyro alone. And it like even just buffing the damage of the flames, like not even the afterburn or the pushback or like anything like that. It's just like they could have just buffed the Pyro and left it at that. That works. That historically works. It's good enough.
It's just, I mean, Air Blast just seems like a short-sighted change. I don't think the devs buffed it and thinking, I'm going to rape everyone else on the teams. Like, I think they just did it because, well, we got to make the Pyro, like, we got to, like, reward the Pyro for this. But then the issue is that comes up, okay, I'm a scout running by, soldier shoots a rocket's Pyro, gets reflected, it insta-kills me because it was 135. It's like, oh, okay. Why did I deserve to die to this? Because I'm on his team? That's not fair. Fuck you, soldier. Don't feed him rockets. Stop feeding him rockets. Use your shotgun. It's just like antithetical to team play.
Use your shotgun, the shotgun that's supposed to really be used against people who got too close for comfort with rockets.
Nick,
and
is someone on your
bug
team called
snipers.
Penis Portal, or am I hallucinating?
Huh?
Is there a sniper on your team called Penis Portal? I swear to fuck I saw that. I might be on 2 hours of sleep and I'm hallucinating. I swear to fuck I thought I saw.
The other issue with Air Blast.
I see the new bots have come back though.
The other issue with Air Blast reflecting projectiles is like in TF2, if you shoot person, they will take damage or they won't, but they'll never reflect the thing back at you because that makes no sense.
Yeah.
Why would the enemy shoot my projectile back at me? It is not intuitive to new players that they will shoot a guy who's in a fucking who's in the flamethrower and their rocket will just come back at them. Huh? I'm sorry, am I missing something here? Why is my rocket being reflected? You're telling me that Air Blast has enough it can just turn a projectile around. It has enough power to do that.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just
it's
completely
such
flip a projectile. Like what the fuck?
Oh shoot!
That's
I
not
haven't even been
intuitive
reading
for new
chat.
players.
I forgot I was streaming.
That's crazy.
Many such casual cases. Oh, it's Mudflap. Okay. How's the script going, Snake? Fine. I don't know if you're even still in the chat, but the script is going fine. I just haven't been writing it for the last hour and a half.
You went on a side quest to play on Gold Rush, of course.
Yeah.
Gold Rush is great because Gold Rush is fucking
Dude,
lit.
the quick fix. Oh my gosh, wait. The quick fix on Gold Rush. Here, let me just play medic for a sec. Like this medigun was not
dying.
at all considered for this medigun works on the new open air maps upward and
Enjoy
shit.
eating shit when you try and push through a choke with that. Oh my god.
I love this medigun. Right now it's my favorite medigun. It works in a lot of cases due to the way I play medic, but this map is torture with it when there's no teammates. Okay, there you are.
Even with teammates, are you really gonna try and push into a choke point with a quick fix on Gold Rush?
Yes. Just to prove the point. Just to prove the point that it doesn't work.
Just psycho behavior. It doesn't work.
I'm a new Jet. I personally don't really mind.
I haven't told you the definition of insanity.
Flaws because I don't know any better.
Oh shit.
Noob. I'm a new
The
Gen
definition
2.
of oh my gosh! Kritzkrieg up in the house. Oh my gosh, you're right. This how do you
It's just what happens.
see at that point
These
you
small...
need air blast
you can't
because
run.
then it's you reflect it back just to spite
Well, yeah.
him. But then
Well, yeah,
it's just a
because-
cycle of spite as game design. Just throw it out
Yeah.
altogether. Throw out the
I mean, dude, that's
Kritzkrieg,
what they. I mean,
throw
that's
out
what they
the
did
air
for
blast.
weapons, dude. That's what weapons were. Only reason they added something like the Wrangler, which gave you extra health on your sentry, is because they gave Soldier the ability to two-shot with the Dark Tit.
Honest to God, just
my
remove
gosh.
the shield. I'm
Dude,
an
the
NG
Wrangler
player. Just
is the
I'm an
dumbest
NG player.
addition. I don't think it's overpowered,
remove
unlike
the
what a lot
shield.
of people think. But
Remove
it's
the shield.
dumbest.
No,
remove the shield.
literally,
It's
dude. If
better.
you remove the shield,
If you remove
If you remove the shield, it's pointless.
like
No, maybe
the reason the
it's
shield
enough.
exists is because they gave every fucking
Holy
class
quick
the ability to 1 to 2 shot a sentry gun at range. They just handed that shit out like candy. The
I
only
think-
class Scout cannot do it. Soldier can direct shit all over it, and the battalion's backup gives you 50% sentry resistance when he fucking uses it, and gives him more normal HP. So his effective HP is humongous against sentries. Pyro gets the Dragon's Fury, which melts buildings. Demo Man gets the lock and load, and by default, Demo Man rapes sentry guns. That's just a given.
Oh,
Heavy gets
yeah.
the lock and load, which rapes sentries even harder. By the way, even harder.
Yeah.
Heavy gets heavy. Did they not buff Heavy and make his the sentry gun of resistance to him
I think
smaller
they
at
did.
some point?
Did they?
I'm pretty sure they made the
Think?
sentry gun resistance against heavy weapon bullets lesser at some point. I'm pretty sure they did that. Engineer.
How did
if
I
you're
miss
okay,
that
you're fighting
shot?
NG,
What?
you're
Either
fighting as
remove the
as NG
shield to me.
shit.
Either remove the shield or make it 33%. Because I think it's the shield is the problem.
Just mark the NG for death when he's holding out the Wrangler. That's all.
Man, it's not-
Unironically,
I
that
don't mind
fixes
that.
it. Unironically, that would fix it because
I
it
have
would
to
tell
check
people
chat
that
because
the
I just
engineer is
realized I haven't checked
vulnerable.
Chat again. Hang on, I gotta
Here's the thing with the current Wrangler. I don't think it's that overpowered because you can just shoot the NG. Even if he people like, oh, well, what if he's sitting behind his gun? If he's sitting behind his gun, Wrangler tanking the gun, it's not shooting you. If he's face tanking the gun with the Wrangler and his wrench, it's not shooting anyone. It's just a fucking big wall of health that doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So why are we worried about this? It's a feels bad moment. The reason
Well,
everyone
I
hates
still
Wrangler
I
is
actually
wonder-
it
see.
feels
I
bad.
actually
'cause
see
I think-
engineers use. I actually see engineers use the Wrangler sometimes in like quick situations where they don't want the sentry to be as damaged. They whip it out and then de-equip it just so that they can.
Yeah, it's just a tanking device. They're not really using it like it's not making the sentry gun a better weapon because most people aren't using it to shoot people. They're using it to face tank
we
the
a graphic
fucking
person?
sentry.
I use it to shoot people like a normal person, personally.
Yeah, when you're doing that, you're just as vulnerable because you're still standing in a position where if someone jumps you, you're fucked. And then since you're using the Wrangler,
Yeah,
you're
fair.
just disabled for a few seconds. So my thing would
Yeah.
I think it's
Mark the engine
more
death.
I think it's more like overtuned a little bit, but it
it
wouldn't
just
be.
feels bad. The thing with the
Yeah.
Wrangler, it's just feels bad moment because you shoot it and you see your fucking your rocket do like 30 damage. It's like that feels like shit. What the fuck?
I think the worst weapon in the game is the gas passer, and there's like nothing you can do to fix it except make it.
No, you can
the only,
you can fix it. No,
the
you
only
can fix it.
idea, the only
No,
idea
not
I've
explode,
had is
not
make it a
explode.
Molotov. The
Not
only
explode.
idea I've had is just to make it a Molotov because I couldn't think of anything better.
Well, I'll tell you my idea I had for it.
That's just
give
the
it-
napalm grenade
give
from
it
the
a-
original game.
Yeah,
You know how the vaccinator has you have multiple charges in your meter. Do that for the gas
Scary.
passer, where you can have 2 charges for the gas passer, so you can throw 2 cans. Now listen, you can either throw the 2 smaller individual shitty cans, or if you put them on top of each other, it gives you big afterburn instead. I know it's crazy. That way,
That-
get you.
You see, it's better.
The issue with,
I
the
wouldn't
issue
call
with this
that
is that it
great
should have
either.
never been added because it's just a shitty sticky bomb copy. This weapon can't be
True.
fixed without making it sticky bombs because it's a fundamentally fucked weapon.
What, the sticky bombs?
If only we
gas
could
passer,
remove
fire
weapons
passer.
without pissing off the economy.
Every single weapon added for Pyro in Jungle Inferno
Also-
is a fucking shitty ripoff of a Sixes class except the Hot Hand. Actually, even the Hot Hand's a ripoff of the Holy Mackerel. Every weapon Pyro got in Jungle Inferno is a fucking Sixes class
Listen,
ripoff.
man, I love my Dragon's Fury. I
Fuck
get
your Dragon's
dopamine when
Fury.
I
That
use
shit
it.
shouldn't exist.
No, it shouldn't.
play Scouter
It really
Soldier.
shouldn't.
It shouldn't exist, but fuck you, I love it.
Okay,
Literally,
I gotta.
anyone who said anyone who says my favorite pyro weapon is the Dragon's Fury. Okay, in my mind you've been in my mind I can filter your opinion.
It's like a nerd. It's like a nerd emoji. Just like.
No, it's not my favorite. I
don't
think my
like
favorite's
Pyro.
the degreaser because I like the extinguisher.
It's just like anyone who's like, my favorite wrench is the gunslinger. I'm like, filtered. You don't like NG. You just
I
don't
got sent a
like
trade
NG.
offer just now. What is
Et
this?
cetera, et cetera.
A trade offer.
There's certain
For
weapons
what?
when it's like, I love this weapon the most. I always use this thing. It's like, so you don't actually like this class. Got it. Got it. Not take any opinions of yours seriously when it comes to this class. All right, cool. Glad we got
If
all
anyone
that.
if people play NG and they don't use stock, I hope they burn to fire.
Stock only NG is fierce, but it's also really shit in the current game.
No, stock NG is fine.
Stock NG's good. I
on
play
offense-
stock NG a fair bit.
on offense,
He's not fine.
Snake Water, sure, I can agree on that, but
He's not fine. It's not his fault. NG as a class has had like the entire game speed up around him. Him and Heavy are just sitting there like, twiddling their thumbs like, why weren't we born fast? What the fuck?
I just ain't built like that.
Heavy and NG.
I gotta.
Just got in the
I hate to say this, but I gotta go now. It's
Ugh.
it's late. I'm going to bed.
Dang,
I got work.
You just gave me the reminder to actually leave.
I gotta go to work
True,
tomorrow.
man.
I'll try to stream whenever I can again.
I have to work too. I have to work at like 4 a.m. in the morning.
Oh,
I promised a friend I would get on.
Lol, nerds.
At least I work from home.
I'm gonna be the epic guy and leave, so you don't have to hear
You
me
get to
ramble.
work in
no,
bed.
it's all good. We'll do this again.
We'll
Oh,
sing on my...
I hope we can do this again sometime
Late
soon.
fucking lit. Yeah.
Because I like talking like this. Maybe we could stream more stuff like this. I like it a lot. Anyways, I gotta go. So, farewell.
But
All right, and that should be it for the stream. Yes, I'm gonna upload the VOD. It should all be up. So, thank you. And Mudflap, if you're still watching the stream, I see your trade offer. Thank you so much for the gift. Okay, what do we have here? I don't actually know what these items are. These cosmetics, at least. The Surgeon's Helm, the Stormin Norman, Pocket Purrer, Whoopee Cap. Wow, and you bought a bunch of refined metal and reclaimed metal. This is amazing. The Exquisite Rack, the Gator Guards, Charmer's Chapeau. This is very kind of you. Thank you so much. This really means the world to me. Probably give the helm to my fiance because she's the medic main. Maybe she'd like the hat. I don't know. But thank you so much. Except trade. Seems to be a good stream. Streamed for freaking almost 3 hours. That was pretty nice. Wow, that's a lot of items. I'm gonna open TF2 next time and see all this. Thank you again. I can't thank you enough. This is huge for me. Thank you. Well, farewell. Presumably non-existent chat. And I will see you all next time.